our heroes were at the Swallowtail Festival and just kind of enjoying themselves. We had a few. Nexen was doing the costuming for the theater group that was going to put on a play. We had Ranne and Malvolo who were selling berries. They were pink with purple spots, or what they were. You couldn't eat a. They were plinko berries, which were purple were bad and pink were good. So don't get those confused. Krut lifted up an epic. He lifted up like this massive stone and outclassing the muscle man. Cass was doing her best at bringing people in to the Rusty Dragon, and Collodi was being Collodi. Um, and with that, they were having fun, and all of it came crashing down as there was a goblin assault, and the goblins attacked, started setting fires to things, and that's where they saved Mr. Aldern Foxglove. And Foxglove invited them over to the Rusty Dragon for celebrations and to thank them for helping. And as Aldern was leaving, Nexen looked over and realized that Rain's cart was slowly catching fire and small fires were breaking out as a goblin pyro who missed out on the retreat was, too busy setting fires. And that's where we'll be picking up with Nexen seeing a small fire breaking out on Rain's cart.
Yeah, y'all, we got a fire.
Oh. My cart! And Ranne is going to just big eyes run straight over to it. No. I don't have anything else. And she's gonna try to just start patting things down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no! Someone help me!
Malvolo immediately looks around. Is there like any like water barrels or like big bales of I don't know, it's like sand or grit or dirt or wheat?
Ironically, being called Sandpoint, there isn't any dirt or sand here, but you can easily find some barrels of.
Your ironic name.
Yeah, you can easily find some barrels of liquor that were like right across the way at the Rusty Dragon, and kind of you could start using those to. It's just ale, and it wouldn't catch fire. It's not like you're pouring like vodka on it.
I was like, that doesn't sound. I'm not a chemist, but that doesn't seem like a good idea.
Yeah, it's just beer, and beer has such a low alcohol content that it won't catch fire.
Malvolo and Collodi will immediately go and grab one of these barrels and try to heft it across. Although they're both pretty weak, so it's more of a drag than anything else.
I'll go and assist the dragging.
So with doing that, you're able to like quickly rush over to Rain's cart and like start to dump the ale onto it, and it's not like a massive barrel, but with enough aid, you're able to like tip it over and start to like flush out the fires that are starting in this area. With that, the goblin that ran off, Rain, you start to notice that it was also stealing stuff, so you're out of berries. Yeah.
Is it within arm's reach? Can I try to snatch it?
The goblin, he kind of, the little goblin like ran off at the very end, and sadly was like taking handfuls of berries with him, and because of the ale and the fire, like ruined the rest of your produce that you were selling.
Oh no! Rain just suddenly realizes that also in her cart was Twilo, her little squirrel. She's gonna start just ravaging around, just throwing anything and just trying to move through fire, flame, ashes, burnt, whatever it is, trying to find her little squirrel. She's gonna we're gonna flip it over, trying to find it. Twilo, where are you?
Running and kind of tearing through everything, you start to hear squeaks, and you realize Twilo had escaped and was not on fire. Was smartly followed Montrose to the side, and is actually hanging near Mr. Foxglove and Montrose, and like a small crowd kind of gathered around to watch your group, start to take care of everything. And as you guys did lead the charge on defending and pushing the population towards the Rusty Dragon, a cheer kind of goes up, and Tuilo's like, squeak, 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 and a small cheer goes up, and Montrose lets out like one of those hefty barks of, when the dog's excited. It's like, woo! And everyone's cheering, and and they're kind of like cheering, and they're looking for someone to like kind of lead the charge, as to name this group of heroes, and kind of see, like, when someone's like, yay, the people did it, who are these people? And everyone's kind of like just confused but excited, very excited. And the little boy, Rain, that you stopped, is like clapping with the other little friends. And Nexen, you actually see the tiefling is slowly giving you that like side-eyed clap of like, yay, okay, we're not all dead. You can see it hurts them a little bit more that they have to do this, and it's the right thing. Cass, Miko kind of comes over and claps her hands down on you and says, get the bar ready. We're going to have a lot of drinks tonight.
I'm going to grumble about everyone else gets cheered and I've got a word.
And Krut, you could see the other guards who have now started kind of coming back, looking at you they're a little shocked as to that you did something right. Everyone's kind of like looks down on you because you are the only lizard person here, and your natural bigness and not so much aggression, but just how excitable you are kind of overshadows your normal loving personality. So all of them are just like, he did this, and they're like, and the crowd's like, yeah, look, the guards have saved us. Look how amazing everyone is. And they're cheering and excited. And I know a few of you have now been offered, can see Cass, like, you would kind of like call everyone over, right? To like get everyone into the bar.
Yeah, I'll make sure that I make a space for them, a nice comfy space also that Rain will like. So probably near a corner, so don't have to go through all the people. And I'll chase people away. I'll be like, don't you know the heroes are coming? And I'll be like, you need to buy drinks for everybody. And I'll chase everyone away and make space. And then I'm also gonna look for that halfling. He owes us silver for the rock situation. Yes. Guys, when I'm paying for all our healing potions, you're going to be very happy with me hustling here.
So everyone, you're kind of trying to figure out what's going on, right? Like, just, Tulo is safe. Everyone's cheering. Cass is like, go inside.
Yeah, I'll maybe we should grab a drink and talk about what just happened.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. How about you lead and I'll follow you in?
Oh, okay. Your little squirrel buddies all right?
Thank goodness. Tweelo's gonna just be sitting there over at the dog, just almost because of the fur of the dog being so light and fluffy. Tweelo's decided to kind of nest in the neck of the dog, just kind of running around and like parting the hair a little bit, just burrowing in to snuggle in, like, oh, I guess he's fine without me. A little hurt that I have essentially been replaced by a dog right now, but she'll just reluctantly take one last look at her cart. Yeah, a drink would be really helpful right now. Thank you.
Well, we're all fine and we can replace material goods, and drink always helps. And I'll start heading into the tavern.
Right. It's a good medicine for the soul sometimes.
If I see they're not bringing Lord Foxglove, I'm gonna be like, bring him. But I'm trying to be subtle. I'm gonna be like, bring him with the money. And then if he looks, I'm like,
Collodi looks over at Cass as she does this, and then points over at Aldern.
Aldern is just petting his dog. Oh, Montrose, I feared I almost lost you. Oh, thank goodness these people arrived in time.
Collodi then gestures.
Oh, Montrose, nothing could ever happen to you. You're my boon companion. Oh, yes. Oh.
Collodi walks over, kind of confused at what Cass wants to do. Hey, Mr. Foxglove. I mean, Lord Foxglove. My apologies.
Yes, Aldern Foxglove, Lord of Magnamar. Ha ha! I am at your service.
Lord of that place. Now,
Yes.
listen, now, have you tried, right, what I like to call Three Beards Booming Spirit and Ale? Because the Rusty Dragon Inn, it has a vicious bite.
The Rusty Dragon Inn, you say?
Oh yeah, that's the Rusty Dragon Inn.
Why, my savior, my good man, that happens to be where I'm staying while I'm in town. Please allow me to take you and your friends to the Rusty Dragon for some libations to celebrate our victory over these goblinoid foes.
Collodi looks at Cass. Yeah, them libations. Ah, man, can't trust them. But we should go go meet them in the Rusty Dragon Inn.
Yes, please, all of us, please come. And I'm gonna just like turn on a dime and start walking, a little bit swishing, sort of toward the Rusty Dragon. Very just like invigorated by having just had his life saved.
One of those like high elbow walks.
Yeah, you know, pa-pa-dee-ta-ta.
Collodi's still not sure if he's supposed to knock him out yet. Like, he's just... Okay. Don't knock him out. Okay. Yeah, Malvolo will just follow very quietly. Very, kind of head down.
I just lead him into the bar, or attempt to.
Yeah. So walking into the bar, everyone's super excited. Like cheers and jeers are going. I'm like, yeah. And the bards strike up a lovely tune, and everyone's like excited. And even though, there was just a goblin raid, this kind of picks up everyone's spirits. Amigo like shouts out first rounds on her, and everyone just explodes with excitement.
Hooray!
Beth Anna is running around collecting empty glasses and plates and putting them all over the place. And Cass, you're able to bring them over to a safe place where Rain will feel comfortable, leading Mr. Foxglove as he kind of saunters into the Rusty Dragon. Nexen, the tiefling actress that you work with, kind of comes over and says, thank you very much for helping, and I really appreciate your hard work on the costumes.
Oh, well, thank you for that, and don't forget to carefully fold it up when you take it off, and not just throw it in a pile on the floor.
And she kind of looks at you and nods and's like, of course, I'll make sure. And then she quickly turns and starts to walk away, and then she kind of comes back and she goes, if you could do me a favor, I got a little tear in something, and she kind of takes a vest out of a bag, says, could you fix this for me? And just gives it to you. And she's like, you are my hero. Thank you so much for this.
Well, I'll send you the bill.
And then she kind of like looks at you and says, okay. And then like saunters off and leaves and heads back to the rest of the actors from the theater.
Yeah, I'll just kind of hold it up and look at it and examine the tear.
It looks like it might have gotten caught on a nail when she was running.
I'll just start sewing it up right there.
Just like real quick.
Amazing work ethic, Nexen. Do you often mend garments in a tavern?
Well, I do like to have things, keep my hands busy. Idle hands and all.
Yes. You have some kind of theater group here in Sandpoint?
Yeah, we've got the, the name is escaping me.
Understood.
The Sandpoint
Magnum-
Theater.
Sandpoint Theater. Oh, I should try to check it out.
Yeah, it was so obvious it just
Yes.
wouldn't come to mind.
The Magnamar theater scene has grown so dreary and derivative of late. I hope that we can find some fresh country theater here in Sandpoint.
Well, we do have quite a bit of talent here.
Well, as I've seen, such a eclectic grouping of folk. We have a living puppet person, a lizard folk, and what manner of creature are you, Rain? Some sort of moose person?
Yes. The proper term is Alces, and actually we all have names that we prefer to go by.
Oh, let us. How rude of me. Introductions are in order. I am Aldern Foxglove, noble born of Magnamar.
You're delightfully boisterous, aren't you?
Well, my life has just been saved by the heroes of Sandpoint. What is not to be excited about?
Heroes is a bit extreme. I mean, we really were just stopping a few little things.
Do not sell yourself short.
You're welcome.
Yes. Listen to the Cass. Did I hear your name?
Yes.
She speaks right.
Yes. We are heroes, and then I'm like elbowing everyone.
Rain's gonna shrink down into her shoulders. Yes, that's what we are.
Well, you saved my life and the life of Montrose, my beautiful one-eyed dog.
How did he have just one eye?
How did he have just one eye?
Yeah.
I don't know. He came that way. He got a slight discount on the price. The Foxglove fortune is mighty and vast, but it is not what it once was. So I must look for a discount in all things, except celebratory ale. Waitress, a 3-beard brew, please, for the table. Second round on, put it on my tab. Ha ha!
Thank you. That's very kind of you.
Oh, nothing I can do can repay the debt that I owe to you for saving me and my beloved dog Montrose.
It's not a debt. Don't really think of it that way. We're just very kind individuals, and we would have done it for any. Stop elbowing me. Yes.
Or you know,
I think it's equal enough to say that a lot of the work was done by our dear Krut by directing his rather voracious bloodlust in the right direction. We managed to stop these goblins from turning the city into cinders.
Yes, thank you, Krut.
You're welcome.
But,
Indeed.
I apologize, my lord, but
Yes.
what brings one such as yourself to the fair city of, well, town, should I say, of Sandpoint?
Well, the first answer, of course, is the Swallowtail Festival. I so love to see the butterflies and the birds being released in celebration of this august date. But also, I am on a journey of rediscovery. Things in Magnamar have not gone the way that I've wanted of late, and we've had some troubles. And I know that a little rural beauty of Sandpoint would be just the thing to reinvigorate my spirit.
Well, you found a very quaint town. It's adorable, and we get a nice sea breeze every now and then.
Do you know what else?
And we don't usually have goblins setting things on fire.
Oh, yes, as I've heard. What a surprise for us all. It does add a little frisson of fear and joy into the events, which is kind of interesting. But speaking of joy, did you also know that the woods outside Sandpoint are some of the best boar hunting territory in all of Varisia? Oh, I am also off to a boar hunt soon. Perhaps you would like to accompany me.
Did someone say hunt?
Yes, my scaly friend. We can hunt boars.
I do like that.
Yes,
Very much.
delicious. Mm-hmm.
Collodi sort of turns to one of the tavern patrons. You know, if he's hunting boars, I can tell him where he can find one. Elbows him in the shoulder.
I'm going to say we heard from the priest that you also donated quite a lot of money towards the temple in Sandpoint. Thank you so much for that.
You are so welcome. The Foxglove fortune must be put to the finest of uses, and what better use than to restore hope to these dignified rural folk. Yes, ha! Magnanimity from Magnamar. Ho ho!
That must be where the word came from.
Oh, I bet it is. I bet it is. Wise indeed.
And how long?
Bring the mug up and just sip it.
Your boar hunt. It does sound most intriguing. What is it? Sort of a nobleman's affair? Are there many people attending this hunt?
Why, I was planning on doing it alone, but now I have the heroes of Sandpoint to accompany me. Those boars will have no more of a chance than a single goblin attacking the Swallowtail Festival. We'll take care of it, truss it up, bring it back, and cook it up, and we'll all enjoy the fine meat of our labors. Yes, ha-ha!
You know, I could use some boar fur in my next costume.
Oh, they have the coarsest, the finest of fur.
Well, no, coarse fur is kind of what I'm looking for.
Ah, yes, of course. How industrious. Put it into one of your costumes. Exciting, exciting. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, oh,
The actors
oh.
aren't fond of it, but it definitely has the right look.
Well, actors, they call the director for a reason, do they not? Actors are best when following direction, in my experience. Ha ha! Whoa!
I like this fella.
And I like you too very much, Nexen. What a wonderful thing to make your acquaintance. I'm so inspired by you. You know, to come from Sandpoint and to have such joie de vivre and adventuresome spirit and the wisdom to save poor Montrose. Oh, ho, ho. Another round for the table, please. Hey, hey, yes. Let us celebrate.
You really just feel comfortable anywhere, don't you?
Well, I certainly feel comfortable in the company of this fine group of saviors and heroes. How could are you not comfortable, Lady Rain?
It's I'm not a lady, but thank you. I'm just Rain.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Are you not comfortable?
No. Oh, no. That's not what
This is my first moose person. What did you say the name of your people was again?
Well, technically, we're a bit rare, but technically Alces.
Alces,
Yes, need another.
fascinating.
So it's much to be discovered, and I am a lady, but I'm not like this fancy lady like and she's gonna kind of indicate the curtsy part, like that's just I'm just Rain. Yes.
Well, just
That's
Rain.
the best way of explaining that. Yeah.
Excellent. The most pleasant rain I have yet to encounter. Usually it soaks my boots and my cloak on a journey, you know. It's a pun. Very popular in Magnamar these days. Pun humor.
As Rain like sort of displays the curtsy, Malvolo very quietly dodges this large antler swooshing over his head, and quickly and quietly refills Rain's sipping cup with more of what she was drinking.
Thank you.
I assume me and Nexen are just like, it just passes over. we're the right height. Like,
So Kasaundra, do you actually work here at the Rusty Dragon? I feel like I've seen you on the previous days of my visit.
yes. Well, work is. I prefer the term concierge. I am here to facilitate entertainment in the Rusty Dragon, and that people enjoy their entertainment here. So we would absolutely love to continue will you be staying at the Rusty Dragon after the boar hunt? I'm sure it's going to be
Well,
wonderful, but also tiring.
yes, my duties at Magnimar with my family will draw me back to the city eventually, but I am planning on staying here a couple of days. Originally, I was going to be here just for the Swallowtail Festival and the boar hunt, but I'm quite enamored by this town. And now that I have some friendly local guides, I'm sure I'll learn much more about it. Ha
Travel is always better with our friends, and I see that's why you brought Montrose. And then I'm gonna pet Montrose.
Oh, yes, Montrose is my most faithful companion. Over the last few years, I've lost... but no matter! Montrose is always there to brighten my day. Ha ha! And now, a whole team of friends together. Oh, what lovely fun.
Yes, we're friends already. That's nice. We're very
Ah,
comfortable.
yes, I am quick to make friends of those who save my life.
Well, again, we just... Right, we can't talk. Krut, by the way, you did the big rock thing. I'm proud of you, buddy. She's just gonna automatically switch gears, like feeling uncomfortable, continually being called a hero. She's just gonna turn to Krut and just like pat him on the back, like, look at you, you did the thing.
Yeah, it was nothing.
Well, it was something absolutely impressive. I mean, it was so massive and the other one couldn't even pick it up.
Yeah, I know. I wish they had something bigger.
One day we might find a bigger rock. Yeah.
Speaking of
I'm
which,
gonna excuse myself.
Cass, we're supposed to be getting coin.
And then I'm gonna like hop off my chair and I'll be like, so, excuse me, Lord Foxglove, I'll be 5. And then I'm gonna run and then I'm gonna try and look fancy and polite, leaving the table. But after that, I'm gonna be like, "Mom, where's that halfling?"
You're kind
I'm
of
gonna
like
go get our money.
you're pushing people out the way, and a few of them like you're getting them like in the hip or like a little bit behind the knee. They're a little taller, and every so often they'll look down and be like, who's pushing? And they'll see you, and you're a hero's. They'll be like, a hero Sandpoint, woo! And then all of them keep trying to give you alcohol as you pass by. They're just like pushing and
Like a
shots
marathon
into
runner, just like.
And yeah, actually, so you come outside and you quickly see that the halfling that you made the bet with is trying to pack up their cart. They're moving. He's like, come on, hurry up. And they're trying to pack up their cart to leave because they're trying to Welsh on their bet.
I'm going to wait for them to look down, and so that when the next thing they look up, it's going to be in my face.
So the guy looks up and he's like, oh, and he's like, oh, I was just coming to look for you. Since the goblin attack, we're thinking it's time to go. And how much? That was 2, right? 2 was our bargain. And then
Per spectator, I believe we can settle at, and then I'm gonna like suss out if I can see any of his money.
He's like reaching into his like boot, trying to pull out some coin, and he's like, yeah, 2. And you could see he's reaching into his boot, and there's like a small jingle as his coin purse from behind shifts slightly, and you realize that he shoved his coin purse in the back of his tabard to hide all the money. He's like, oh, and then he hears it, realizing you hear it. He's like, oh, that's the coins in my boots and the nails that keep my boots on. We don't make much money at these festivals. Here's the 2.
I'm going to say, I know your fighter was very formidable, but you remember Krut, who lifted that giant rock? I'm sure rocks are on the road that you travel. So wasn't it 10?
10. And he's like looking around, and the big guy at this point has made his way away from you and is now starting to the back of the cart, trying to avoid this conversation. And he's like, 10. I don't know. And he takes his boot off and starts to shake it, and as if this is like all prearranged, like nails and like dirt and stuff and rocks come falling out. He's like, oh, this is all I got. I'm sorry, I only got these 2.
I'm going to just very slowly, because I cast Divine Lance while he was nearby.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna slowly start the glow, and I say, well, this is all I've got. So.
And as the magic and energy billows around your aura, starts to glow a little brighter, he's like, oh wait, I totally forgot. We have the cart. In the cart, that's where we might have put some extra coins. I can take a look. There is no need for any of that energy stuff that you shoot out of, and he's gonna like hop up onto the car and like go in and then badly make it look like he finds 10 coins. He's just like, oh yes, oh look at these coins. Oh, I totally found more coins. And he hops out and he's like, here for your troubles. We could go, right? We're okay.
And after that, I'm going to be super cheery, and I'll be like, it was wonderful doing business with you. Next time you're in town, please do come to the Rusty Dragon and call on Kasaundra. Travel safely. And then I'm just going to turn around and walk away happily.
And you can
go back to the stable.
Grumble something. And he kind of like pushes the big guy. He's like, where were you? And the big guy's like, I was putting stuff away.
10 is fair. That's what he said. We brought lots of people to that thing.
Yeah, actually, you probably should have gotten a little bit more, but 10 is fair. 10 is very fair.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit down and then give Krut like 3, and then I'm gonna give Rains like 7. Like, for your cart.
This is a lot. Thank you.
Good job, Krut.
Do I see how much she gives Krut?
Yes, I'm saying yes as if you're not hiding. Are you hiding, Kasaundra? I didn't mean to interject there.
No. I don't make it super blatant in front of the noble, but I'm just like, here you go, Krut. Here's your winnings, and Rain. Except actually, when I give it to Rain for her cart, I'm gonna make it quite obvious. Like, this is for your cart, considering it was all your stock, and it's going to be a tough time. So this is from our winnings.
No, you're being too sweet. I'll be fine. And really, Krut did all of the work, and she's gonna try to shove the coin into Krut's hand. Like, it's okay. I don't really need a whole lot, and I can really carry quite a bit on my back, and I'll just do a mobile cart. Well, I guess all carts are mobile, aren't they? A backpack cart. That's what I'll do. I'll fashion something really nice, and she's gonna just shove those coins into Krut's hand. Like, you won this.
No, I earned this one. This is mine.
What sort of goods did you sell in this cart that burned?
Oh, it was so wonderful. I had the prettiest little seashells, these delicious plinko berries, but let me tell you, you have to be careful of how you eat those.
Oh, I know. I had some the other day. They were the most delightful shade of blue. Oh, yes.
Oh, how you said yesterday?
About 3 days ago, right before I got dreadfully sick with the runs. But I attribute that to the foul water of this smaller town. Yes.
You darling. No.
No?
I'm sorry. You really haven't been out much, have you?
I'm used to having my food prepared by servants, but it's such a rustic treat to buy them from the hands of merchants in the street. Just a bit of local flavor, the little halfling who sold it to me said. He said, be sure to eat them before they turn pink.
Oh, they really did you wrong. I'm so sorry. No.
Should I have listened more carefully?
No, you did it fine. It's okay. You just pink. Think plinko pink. That's when you want.
Oh, you want to eat them when they are pink?
Yes.
I've made a grave error, Lady Rain. Sorry, just Rain. You know so much. Wonderful. Not only have you saved my dog, but you've saved my belly as well in the future. Thank you.
Yeah. Maybe just leave your you said servants? your servants to prepare your food from
In better days, yes. But
Yeah.
it's been some time since the servants have alighted into the Foxglove Manor.
Okay. Yes. So pink.
Yes.
Pink for Plinko.
Pink for Plinko.
And
Pink
it's also
Plinko.
it's rain, not
Yes, I apologize. I'm so
short, not just I'm sorry. This is I am terrible at introducing myself. Let's start over. She's gonna put her hand out. It's rain.
Aldern Foxglove, noble born of Magnamar. But perhaps I've said that already.
Right. It's wonderful to meet you. And she's going to just gently reach out and shake his hand.
All right, he reaches out and very respectfully takes your hand and just kind of smiles. Oh, so wonderful.
Okay, now we've done that. Okay.
Yes, just Rain. Yes.
No.
Rain.
Yeah,
Sorry. Yes, Rain. Rain.
No,
Yes.
fine. You know, I like it. It's a nice change. I'll think of it as a longer nickname than my actual name.
A Nick. Yes. Oh,
Yes.
it is. I assure you, a term of endearment. I shall come up with one for each of the saviors. Thank you so much.
Perfect.
A
You can
long
start with
one.
Krut. He's gonna pull him in.
Sir Krut. Thank you, Sir Krut. The mighty Krut rock lifter, dog saver, goblin slayer. Pick whichever one of those you like, Krut, and I shall use it. I shall run it into the ground.
Just Krut.
Just Krut. All right. Just Krut. Thank you, Just Krut. Nexen, do you have, what nickname would you like?
Well, Nexen's just fine. A few people call me Nex.
Ooh. I like Nex. There's a nation far to the south called Nex, a place of wizards and high magic. You remind me of that, Nexen, so I shall call you Nex.
Going to lean over to Nex. I think the creativity's starting to run out.
Well.
I'm on my
not
third
everyone.
triple beard brew.
Finishing the third triple beard brew, the party starts to feel the exhaustion from the earlier events, and you have all been given rooms to retire to and take a long rest for the evening. Mr. Foxglove,
Yes.
the next morning, you were able to procure for your new friends, the heroes of Sandpoint, a mighty breakfast. As everyone starts to come down from the rooms, Mr. Foxglove, what have you brought for breakfast?
Yes. Well, the road from Magnamar to Sandpoint was long indeed, and the hunt has not yet begun, if you will. So I have some fresh goose, teenager goose, not fully plump, but the best I could do on short notice. Right next to that are some leeks, and there's a haunch of venison, a single haunch, mind you, but cut into 6 portions. And then right on top, as if I'd specially ordered it for just this occasion, a sprinkling of pink plinko berry sauce. Oh, yes, the pinkest sauce. I spared no expense in getting only the finest plinko berry reduction on top of the breakfast. And some eggs of 3 different varieties. One is quail, one is chicken, and the third, I don't know, but it has a gamey taste. Come, sit, my friends. Heroes, join me. The food is cooling.
No, you didn't have to do this. She's going to gently pull a chair out and sit across from him.
Yes, well, I did have to do it, and when they did not follow my instructions to the letter and did a glaze in blue plinko berries, I said, no! Lady Rain has said that you cannot eat a blue plinko berry, and so this is actually the second breakfast of the morning for the poor staff here at the Rusty Dragon. But they have been well recompensed, and it is time for us to take our repast.
I hope you weren't too harsh on them. It can be very confusing. It's fine, but this is This is a lot. You're very generous in all of this.
Well, I admit I do have an ulterior motive. I was hoping perhaps that after dinner I could engage the services of the Heroes of Sandpoint to maybe show me around town a little bit, tell me what's exciting about Sandpoint. Might as well soak in all of its glories while I'm on my short visit before the boar hunt.
Oh, well, you might talk to Cass about that. She really just helps organize all of those things for us.
I'd like nothing more! Clearly, her direction of the entertainment here at the Rusty Dragon is fantastic. It's opening my eyes to a whole new theater scene, if you will. And yes, I would love to have the whole group. I'm sure you all have your own perspectives. And I find in these trying times, a new perspective is most helpful indeed.
Are you okay?
Yes, of course, I am fine. How could I not be fine? For it is the Swallowtail Festival, an annual a time of joy, renewal, and opportunity for all of us. And for me, I'm taking it as an opportunity for a fresh start, a new beginning with new friends.
Well, it's
Right.
always good to have those new beginnings, but maybe
Yes.
it might help if you get whatever it is that you keep mentioning off your chest.
Well, right now, the most important thing for me is filling this rumbling belly with some haunch. He dips it in the plinko-berry sauce and just starts eating as if he's not particularly interested in answering that question at the moment. Oh, it's quite delightful. Oh, you're right. Pink is far superior.
Malvolo looks down at the spread and he just quietly mutters to himself, "How did he not find chicken eggs?"
And be grateful.
And starts pouring at it. Collodi sort of says, "Hey, you know, it'd be a really great idea if Mr. Money, I mean, Lord Foxglove, went with maybe Lady Rain, and you could go, cart shopping together, looking for that, backpack cart. I'm sure, of course, while money might not be a big factor, the keen eyes of a traveler of the world would definitely help bring some needed attention to your cart, huh?" He sort of nudges Cass.
Cass was also stuffing her face, a little less obviously to Krut. So, like with smaller items, and I was like, yes. Lord Foxglove has a fine eye, as you can see by this wonderful spread.
Oh, so you're too kind, Cass. You're too kind.
And then when he's not paying attention, I'm gonna be like, "Good one, Collodi," and then keep eating.
Rain's going to harsh whisper across the table. Guys, I don't need. I'm be fine with my backpack. I'll get it on my own.
What was that?
No, this sounds like a delightful experience.
So you will join me for a tour of your fine hometown, Sandpoint. Perhaps there'll be a lunch in it.
We'll look forward to it.
As will I,
I
Lady Rain.
happily look forward to spending more time with you. Thank
It
you.
will be a treasure for all of us. Almost like the reward for the heroics of yesterday.
It
Before-
doesn't, you've paid more than enough for our heroics, as you call it. It really was just a small little thing that we did. It really.
You saved Montrose!
We did.
Okay, fine.
Don't
Yes.
sell yourself short, Lady Rain. None of you should. You are all the heroes of Sandpoint. It's not just me saying it. As I was turning away the blue plinko-berry version of our original breakfast, I heard the chatter of the early risers here in the common room, and all of them were Twitter at the wondrous heroics that you displayed yesterday at the Swallowtail Festival. It's not just I, Aldern Foxglove, the noble born of Magnamar, who says it. Indeed, who knows it? Everyone around us knows it. Your stars are rising here in Sandpoint, and I am just honored to have played but a small role in your victory. That of the victim.
While Collodi sort of laughs in a very weird mechanical way, Malvolo can read the writing on the wall, and very quickly, and hopefully without Rain noticing, he picks up his plate and tries to slink away upstairs to go and hide back in his bed.
Do I see him? Sneaking upstairs.
Maybe.
Am I observant enough to notice that?
Collodi's trying to go upstairs.
No,
Bed.
Malvolo.
Malvolo? Yeah, I mean, Malvolo isn't like. I don't think Malvolo is trying to. Yeah, everyone sees it.
You are
Everyone-
incorrect.
like-
I'm trying to
He,
hide.
I'm like, I'm
yeah.
sneaking.
He does that like that old school like sneaky bad guy, like hands up, like trying to sneak away.
The big plate of eggs. Just-
Yeah. Maybe he,
Malvolo, you are one of the most observant individuals. You know, if you really want a tour that captures all of the nice little unique niche spots throughout it, Malvolo knows all the best hiding spots.
Well, perhaps on account of him being so small. I wouldn't think a creature like that would actually require food, but he took as many as a half dozen eggs. And he took some of those weird green ones that are so delicious, but so mysterious.
Well,
How
you know,
have I
he's
wronged you,
fairly
Ray?
resilient.
I mean, of course, I would be absolutely delighted to come and show you around this fair city. After all, I have been here a while.
How
He
charming
was,
to
in
be
fact,
led
the
by the
best of all of
strings.
us.
How charming to be led by the strings by a puppet.
Sorry, I know the mask is a little. I just have anxiety about eating. I'm actually a human. But I understand. Most people make that mistake. Collodi is, of course, a lot more animated than I am. But do you like the beach? We have one.
The beach in Sandpoint. I looked out over a cliff once, and there was quite a lot of rubbish on the beach. A lot of. It's like the whole town throws its garbage there. Is it better than my first look? Is it worth a closer examination?
You actually see for the first time Collodi. I mean, sorry, not Collodi. Malvolo. I gotta get my own names right.
Now, which one is which? Just to be clear.
Malvolo is the puppeteer. Collodi is
Okay.
the...
Okay.
All right.
Well,
So,
sorry about calling you a
and-
puppet.
No, it's fine. No, he actually
Puppet
also
master. I meant puppet master. Ha ha.
No, he also wears a porcelain face mask most of the day, so it's very easy to confuse him for a puppet. He's
Yes.
very-
Well.
He said he for the first time you actually see Malvolo really lighten up when he talks about the junkyard. Malvolo is a builder. He loves tinkering and he loves scrap and he loves doing stuff. He says his eyes like light up as he says, well, actually, a lot of people think that that's what it is, but really discarded pieces of what people throw away over Junker's Rest is just a small piece of who they were. With the right tools, with the right love, you can gain so much insight into not just a place, but a person based on the things that you would find. The beach itself, beautiful, of course, very, very serene, but the stories that I have uncovered, the tales that have been spun, there used to be only one person that kind of appreciated that sort of stuff, but it's the closer looks at these sorts of places that will where people don't take the tourists. I think you'll truly appreciate.
That's a beautiful observation.
That was really sweet.
I never would have thought to look for beauty in stories and trash and garbage. But that's the kind of new perspective you gain when you visit the small people. I mean, when you visit the outer territories. And I hope that I can leave this with that kind of perspective. Thank you, Malvolo. Amazing. You're all so amazing. So unusual looking, but so amazing. So amazing.
Rain's going to kind of grimace a little bit at the unusual looking and start playing with her hair. Bit of a nervous tick that she does of just brushing her fingers through it repeatedly, kind of pulling pieces out.
Oh no, don't be self-conscious. I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean it in
Oh.
exactly the right way. I came to Sandpoint looking for novelty and a new perspective on life, and I thought I'd find it in the glorious flapping wings of butterflies and birds, but I have found it here in the common room of the Rusty Dragon Inn among the saviors of Montrose, the saviors of Sandpoint. Oh, I have much to learn, and I now know I can learn it from anyone. Amazing. You have given me such a treasure this day.
You're welcome.
Haha, yes, I am.
Right. Well, we're really just common individuals who really don't have. Well, we just get by fine, sort of thing.
Well,
Yeah, and I mean, what
I'm
are the
very
odds
impressed.
that we save Sandpoint more than once?
Very low, I should think. No, that's a type of thing that only happens once per, journey.
A lifetime, yeah. I mean,
Yes.
There's probably like a million types of sand points out there.
oh no, I think the universe is trying to talk to us, but someone cast silence on it.
In my experience so far, Lady Rain, Sandpoint is most unique and most wonderful. The finest jewel in the diadem of Varisia.
With that, a small child actually approaches Nexen, and it's a little human child, and she kind of like tugs on Nexen's clothing. It's like, excuse me,
Yeah, sweetie.
and she's holding like it's like a doll, except it's it's made from cloth, and it's poorly stitched together and has those button eyes, but one's kind of like hanging off. And she hands it to you. She's like, I want you to have this. You helped my dad.
Oh, sweetie, that's very, very nice. But I'd love to keep it, but I'm sure that this is a very important doll to you.
It keeps me safe at night, but I want you to have it because you kept me safe. So now I don't need the doll. You stopped the goblins.
Oh, sweetie. Oh, I will keep this in a very special place. And tell you what, I am gonna pull out like a little braided like friendship bracelet thing. You're like, why don't you take this, and this is gonna help keep you safe in exchange.
Oh, and then she takes it and she's kind of like fiddling with it, and you realize she's not 100% sure how to tie it like a proper, like the bunnies through the ears. And then she kind of like just ties it loosely around her wrist, and then she kind of holds her wrist up at you, and she's like, "See."
Oh, you did an excellent job. You just forgot to get the bunny back through the final loop. And I'll kind of like point out like the little step that she missed.
And so she like looks at it and like holds it tight to her as if she's like cuddling it, and she's like, "Thank you," and she like giggles and then like runs off like excitedly, like a little maybe 5-6-year-old would, just like trots off, trips a little bit and like stumbles, and then catches herself and smiles, and then is like, and just like big smile on her face, and holds up her thing, and then like runs off into the rest of the bar area, and sits down with her dad, and her dad is like nursing a beer, and he kind of like pets her on the head and gives her a kiss, and then they're whispering something to each other about, she seems super excited, and he's doing like a good dad, and he's being excited for her, but you could tell there's like a small glint of sadness behind his eyes. And with that, you're actually the doll, with the eye kind of hanging off. You realize that after all the revelry last night, that you still have to make your way back to you should probably make your way back to the theater, only because you were promised pay for today, or for yesterday.
Right. Well,
so that would dawn on you, but it's up to you. You obviously don't have to do anything.
Well, if we want to get this tour started off, we can stop by the theater, and maybe I can introduce you to the director. I do have a little bit of business that I do need to take care of there, but could launch it off there.
Wonderful.
I'll kind of like start escorting, urging people to be like, okay, let's finish up.
Rain will stand up. How about I just help clean up? And she starts picking up everyone's plates as she goes along, you know, stacking it up, gathering the silverware in one spot, making it a lot easier to clean up.
So
You guys go on ahead. I'll clean everything up and then I'll catch up on your tour.
Cassandra's gonna push Rain and be like, no. The Rusty Dragons got the cleaning up, because after the theater we've got an itinerary: theater, card shopping, the beach, and stories. Yes. Come, and I'm gonna push and also snatch last pieces.
I'm just gonna Krut can help clean too. I just start looking at everyone else's plates, just like,
Wait, I wasn't done with. Never mind.
No.
Ha ha! Onward to our next adventure.
Rain will cautiously tip out through the door, having to go sideways each time because of her antlers. Well, it's just a cross. It's fine.
Making your way through the streets, you realize people are kind of waving to you and cheering as you walk. A few people run up and they're like, "Thank you so much for what you did. It was amazing. Good work. And they all kind of give you, they're shaking hands, cheering, and excited to see everyone come and pass. Rain, the little boy that you picked up like a football last time.
Yeah.
Yesterday, you see he's kind of like running, and then he stops and he gives you like a big wave, and then he keeps running with like his friends. You know, Malvolo, as you're walking with Collodi, people are coming up and kind of like trying to shake your hand and like, you know, give you a, not so much hugs, but like when they put the hand on your shoulder and shake your hand aggressively. They're being very like they are coming up onto you as you walk the streets.
As a germaphobe, Malvolo does not like this at all. Just has these few moments of like, no thank you, no thank you, no whoa, 6 feet. Gets a little
and as people walk, as you're walking by, you know, giving Mr. Foxglove this tour, people start to like chatter and talk, and they're like, "Oh, do you see who they're with? Clearly they're well-to-do. They must be all well-to-do," and everyone, you know, they see this regal man following the group, and a few people, actually an older woman with a basket kind of walks up and starts to give everyone bread, and it's like warm, and it's like, you know, rye bread, and it smells delicious, and she's just like, "Thank you so much, please, here, thank you so much, here, I cooked this special for everyone, thank you," and she's just handing out loaves of bread to people. And you make your way to the Sandpoint Theater, and you make your way to the theater, and it's quiet, and you can see Nex and Collodi. You would know your way into the theater. You know, you're regulars and you work at the theater. So Mr. Foxglove, what you see is this massive building, and has ornate filigree in gold along it, and outside there's a on the front there's just a big billboard, and it was talking on the billboard. It reads the name of the play they were going to put on, but sadly underneath it you see it says closed.
Oh.
And that's a disheartening sign, Nexen, because you knew the play was supposed to be put on yesterday, and obviously something must have happened that they've closed the playhouse for this moment. And as you make your way to the side of the building, kind of going through the back entrance, the back door is slightly ajar, which is weird because normally it's kept closed.
Oh, this is odd. Cydric usually keeps things all nice and locked tight. I'm gonna kind of cautiously like No, I'm going to, like, hey, Nix, why don't you go check things out? And out of the kind of folds of her cloak, this black and green spider with a blue bow scuttles down her leg and will go into the theater and look around.
Sure. So this spider with a beautiful bow tie kind of scuttles down her and heads off and heads into the theater and is looking around, and the spider can hear or feel vibrations and can hear talking, and senses that there are more than one person in here, and is fairly loud, and is following the voices, and as the spider follows and gets closer to the sounds, it's now louder and heavier, as if someone is being yelled at, and it comes to a closed door, and that is the office of Sidrak, the theater owner. Sadly, the door is closed, and the spider kind of looks around, and because it isn't like a little daddy long legs, the crack between the door frame and the door, it couldn't get under there. It tries, it puts its little leg, right? That's the correct term for a spider appendage under the door, as cats do when they're trying to paw and see if they could grab something and pull it open, and realizing it has no way to get all the way in, it scuttles back towards you, Nexen.
All right, I'll scoop him up when he comes to me and kind of like chat with him and find out what he heard. Well, it does sound like there are a few people in there, so.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, why don't you? I can give you a backstage tour.
That would be fantastic. The false gold of the facade leaves this place a sort of rustic charm and rural authenticity. It should be quite a reward to see if the similar motifs are carried forward on the building's interior. I could see how the sort of thrown together nature of this place would really add to the integrity of the performances held here.
Well, it's more than just thrown together, but I will warn you that the backstage is, it is not as visually appealing because it is the backstage.
But to get to see the interior and the inner workings of the beast, as it were, what an exciting opportunity.
Just don't pull on any ropes because something might fall on your head.
Oh, good advice, yes.
I will walk into the theater and head towards, kind of like, be like, look. Why don't you take a look at the stage area, and then I'll kind of try and make my way towards the office.
So as Nexen, you're kind of pointing things out, and I'm assuming the rest of you have all kind of followed at this point and are keeping Mr. Foxglove entertained, and trying to like point things out, like, yeah, look, I remember when they put on that play, and I remember when then they put on that play, and that's
how charming.
That's the Sea Dragon head.
That play ran in Magnamar 15 years ago. So nice to see it's still going.
Collodi makes his way over to one of the dress mannequins with like no arms, but like the female figure, and he starts like sort of leaning on like one of the pillars. He's like, so. Bonjour, mademoiselle. What brings you here? I must say that you have some very attractive curves. You don't speak much, don't worry. I can speak for the both of us.
With that, there is a loud bang that catches everyone's attention. And Nexen, you're trying to keep the Mr. Foxglove away from the offices, but that's exactly where that bang comes from. And then there's another loud bang, and at this time you hear like a yelp, like a voice, and so and you can make your way to that door to the office of Sidrak, and as you open the door, right, so you're gonna go in, or
yeah, I'm gonna rush over there.
Yeah.
So-
Can I say, if I hear that scream, I'm
Mhm.
probably going to just talk, like, I'm going to stomp the door down.
Nice.
I'm just like, kindly open it. I will probably trample it. I am concerned for somebody getting hurt in there.
Mhm.
True heroism knows no subtlety.
So,
So Rain is going to, let's just say, linebacker tackle this. Just like shove her shoulder right into it and just knock that door down. Is everyone okay in here?
so looking around the room, you see Sidrak, the owner, and he's sitting behind his desk, and on the floor is a number of papers and items, and across the way there is a vase, a beautiful vase that was now destroyed, and in the room also are 3 large men and a very skinny gentleman. He has kind of a pencil thin mustache and a little triangle of hair underneath his lip, and he turns, and not as well dressed as Mr. Foxglove. He is still in fine clothes, and he kind of sweeps his cape across his chest and turns, and he's reaching for with that scene. So he reaches for his dagger, stops, realizing a giant moose person is standing in the door, and his guards kind of start to come closer towards the door, and as if they're, going to attack. And Sidrak calls out, wait, no! And everyone stops. Sidrak stands at his desk looking around and says, can I help you?
I heard someone screaming for help.
I'll poke my head around from behind her and be like, hi, Sidrak. I was just swinging by and we heard the commotion.
Nexen, what are you doing here? I wasn't expecting
that money he owed.
And with that, the skinnier gentleman with the pencil thin mustache kind of laughs, and everybody's like, ha! Money. He ain't got any. And Sidrak kind of his face turns flush, as if all the blood has left. And he looks down and he says, that's none of her business. She works for me, and Nexen, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to ask for a little bit of a delay on that payment, if that's okay with you.
Oh, it'll all work itself out in time. But sorry for interrupting. Is everything all right here?
Oh yes. I'm just a clumsy mess. I knocked over my first husband's ashes, and these lovely gentlemen were here to just see how my production is doing. As you know, with the fire and everything, I was unable to put on the show, and I was expecting a large crowd turnout, but sadly we didn't have that, and now I think I have to possibly close the theater doors. And the mustache twirling villain at this point turns, and one of his guards like leans in and whispers something to him, and his eyes brighten. He goes, she's one of the heroes of the goblin raid.
Yes, I am, and I would very much appreciate it if you behave kindly to my friend Sidrak here.
Of course. Why don't you all come in, Moose person and
Rain.
Rain? Yes.
She is not a
Rain.
moose person. She is an Alces.
Just
Oh.
Rain is fine. Thank you.
And hearing that voice, the person says, well, excuse me, introductions are in order. Rain, Nexen? Nexen. My name is Jabrian, and he does a flourish bow. Jubray.
Rain is going to do like a slight awkward curtsy. She can't really move her horn or her antlers too much, and she's just going to kind of just bob her head a little bit, like, yes. Okay.
And who else is out there? Why don't please come in? And he kind of like one of the guards kind of comes to the door and starts to like post up at the door and is, you know, trying to make himself bigger than Rain, who clearly towers over him, and is just like, what? Who else is here? Please, come in. And Sideback is like, Nexen, you might want to tell your friends to come in, please.
Yeah, I was just giving them a backstage tour. Malvolo, Krut, Kasaundra, why don't you bring Aldern in with you?
I'll walk in with a flourish of my fine cape, and I will say, "Ha, Cydrak! I am Lord Aldern Foxglove of Magnamar, a noble-born visiting your fine town. It is amazing what you have done with this place. It almost looks as if it is ready to open at any time. The repairs that you have put into this dilapidated building are most impressive. I only hope that I might be able to see a performance. Oh, and your fine friends here as well. Oh, roustabouts, perhaps? People who helped build the set?"
And as you announce yourself, Brian kind of looks and says, "Oh, a noble, huh? Looks like
Yes.
we have-" And I love your cape. Where did you get it?
No, I got it from one of the finest clothiers in all of Magnamar, a man named Rubros Gray. I can give you the address if you'd like. He deals only in platinum, you must know, so I hope that that's not going to be a problem.
Oh, well, maybe I could find something a little off the shelf. Next time.
No, not there. I'm afraid everything is made to your specific specifications. You must wait months at times to get to the top of the list. But I assure you, like a waiting for the mother boar, patience is paid off at every turn.
And I see it is a fine cloak, and as you can see, and he kind of holds up his, and you could easily spot that his is a shoddy knockoff at best. And
You
he's
know
like,
what? Actually, as I'm holding up my cloak, Nexen of all people probably realizes that although it's very, very fine and very expensive and beautifully made, it does look as though it has seen better days. It looks like it's probably not been repaired in maybe a year. There's some threads sort of sticking out of it here and there, but it's still, you know, quite nice indeed.
Yes. So kind of holds his cape and he says, I too love capes. And he kind of like does a little flourish and says, well, I see we have ourselves a little problem here, as Cedric owes me a few coins as I was one of his largest donors.
A patron. Oh, wonderful.
Yes, but see, someone like yourself understands that sometimes you have to pay back what is owed. And I've been very kind, and I've given him a few times to, you know, pay back. And now he hasn't paid back, and I just feel that I need my money.
Well, hey now. No, I'm sure you need your money, but you can clearly tell after yesterday's events it wasn't really appropriate to put on a play. You have to give him a little more time.
Well, I don't know. It is a fair large amount of money, and I am a businessman, and I do need to collect. And what about my other ventures? If, let's say, I give him another month, then someone else is going to come forward and give another month, and someone else is going to ask for another month.
Well,
I'd like.
if you were to swing in after such unfortunate events yesterday, that could negatively impact your reputation as being somebody who goes after money when right after there's been a tragedy striking the town.
As you say that, Nexen, the two of the guards kind of chuckle and kind of poke each other, and that you hear what about reputation.
Malvolo kind of leans in. He says, yes, and why would you shut down a theater when the greatest story a playwright could make has just happened to town? I mean, a show depicting the Battle of Sandpoint, for example, would truly draw a crowd, I think.
Yes, and you, and I'm gonna look at him with his fine cloak and assume he likes to be flattered. I'm like, and surely you as a star would be a draw card,
As
and then you wouldn't be giving a pause. You would be merely investing in your own show. You
Sadly,
could play Krut, and then I point. The strong warrior.
No.
The starring role.
I'll sort of stand like mirroring Kasaundra, like.
Okay.
like
Sort of...
like Vanna White, just.
My good. Can I approach him really like close,
Yes.
like almost uncomfortably close, and I'll be like, "My good man, a word among the gentry, perhaps. If you are to be a patron of this fine establishment, it is more than just a financial investment. It is a promise to the community of arts and those who appreciate it. Look at the streets outside. They throng with visitors from Magnamar and further afield for the Swallowtail Festival. Surely this is no time to shut down the theater. This is time to reinvest. This is time to put more into the theater. For theater is the gift that constantly gives back. You need not look at your recompense in terms of gold and silver. You need look at what you are giving to the community as a patron of the arts and as a noble man of good means. You owe it to this community to bolster the theater and, in fact, all the dramatic arts. Frankly, Nex here is a genius. She could use for new threads and new cloths. If only the Sandpoint were as well stocked as Magnamar, this would gleam with the most glorious sartorial creations. You can be the one who makes that happen. But you're taking a rather adversarial role here, my friend. The reward is in the art, and perhaps in the front row tickets and the dalliances with the actors and actresses. But it all is part of a package. And you're rushing for a big payoff, but the payoff is incremental, my friend. Surely, as a patron, you know this. Let us not talk of payments. Let us talk of patronage and the duties that we, as those of means, have to share what we have with those of less fortunate upbringings.
And he
Oh, sorry. And I'm sure Nexen, as a token from the theater, would and Sidtrack would make you a lovely cloak.
Oh.
Yeah, I could replace that one. It's looking a little ratty.
And he's like, well, I have much to think on. And he kind of puts his arm around Aldern, and he leans close and he goes, do you think I could definitely make more profit if I keep this place open?
Not only do I think it, I am sure of it. If this place had a nice good wash and some new furniture and perhaps a more enchanting facade, I would bring in patrons by the dozens. You just simply need to give them a leg up. They're so close to success here. I can feel it.
And then he kind of like turns you around to now kind of put your back to the group, and he says, well, I want to just ask you, do you think your friends over there would be inclined to be in my employ also? Maybe that would sweeten the deal if they would just help me out also. I feel that we could make some kind of deal here where they could aid me in some of my ventures. And since you clearly are their leader, you could speak for them.
No, I am not their leader. I've only known them for a day. If there is any leader, it's the hero who dashed through the door at the first sound of danger. It is Lady Rain who must be the hero of this group. The leader, in fact. I highly recommend that you broker your deal with Lady Rain. I have found her to be most intelligent and a fine judge of character. If you can cut a deal with her, you can cut a deal with anyone.
Interesting.
You might start by offering to help her replace her cart that was damaged by the goblins. That would be a wily and witty play indeed, sir.
She does have a cart that I could replace. Okay. And he kind of spins around to the rest of the group, spinning Aldern with him. And he says, I've spoken to your friend, and I am a benevolent salesman and patron.
Yes, of the
And
arts.
I would love if maybe the heroes of Sandpoint could work for me, and I can oversee this little matter of finances with the theater. I hear Mr. Foxglove here speaks greatly of Lady
Lord
Rain.
Foxglove.
Lord Foxglove. I
Yes,
apologize. Lord
we must
Foxglove.
still obey certain realities.
I apologize. And Lord Foxglove here says, Lady Rain, you're the person I need to speak to on this. And that you lost some kind of cart, and I feel that I could find you a beautiful, slightly used cart. If you were to agree.
Fancy. I really can handle this on my own, but the theater would be just a wonderful place to invest. Surely she's going to look around at the others. We could help out some.
Yeah, all I'm asking is maybe I have a few things that I need taken care of. Nothing serious. You guys help me out, and I'll help you out. You know, one hand scratches my back, I scratch your back. Nothing to worry about. I promise no one will ever be hurt.
What are the details?
Well, I would call on you at a later date, and I would give you the details. And again, I promise no one or nothing illegal would be happening. And you would take care of whatever business matter I have at hand. And then I would continue to become a patron of this fine establishment. And Sidrak, and Sidrak like looks up and he's like, and obviously we can rework our deal, maybe a 70-40 split here. And Sidrak's like, yeah, that can work. I can work with that.
That's a good deal.
Well,
I am a business, but that
I am putting in most of the money.
I don't know. Is that actually? She's gonna look at the others like, is that actually a good deal?
At this point, bursting in, carrying half of a mannequin, for some reason or another covered in like tiny little lipstick marks all over his face. Collodi walks in and says, all right, listen, your deal, it sounds really, really good, but listen, if you really want to get the most out of your talent, then, you know, there's got to be something in it, you know, a little slice of the pie, you know, entrance fee percentages and you know, give me this mannequin.
Yes. Give him. Wait, that's what you want?
I want the mannequin. What? I mean, you're gonna use
give
it?
us our pie and the mannequin.
Yeah, pie and mannequin.
Pie and mannequin. Those are our demands.
Pie and mannequin.
And a cart.
And a cart.
The cart.
The cart. Whoa. This isn't shopping here. Why don't we say?
But you get a cape.
I do get a cape because Nexen would be employed by the theater, right? That's your Sidrak, and Sidrak's like, sorry, he's just like looking at you, is like, you know, big eye, like, please help me.
We'll have a talk later.
It'll be a fancy cape made of boar. That's
boar.
The finest boar hair cape. Aha.
Interesting.
And listen, you know, I feel like you and I, we kind of speak the same language. So if this deal, we'll also throw in something else to sweeten the pot. If this whole theater thing don't work out too well, right? We'll make sure that Sidak, he stars in his next one-man show called Oh God, they're kicking me. Why won't they stop kicking?
No. She's gonna pick up Collodi and just like cover his mouth. Like, no. This will be fine.
He starts swinging the mannequin a little.
He's like, I like that name of that show. We'll definitely work on that. We could probably maybe oh man, I can't swim. My feet is stuck in dirt. Might work also.
I think it's a bit long. I think it's too long. It won't fit on the marquee.
Sounds a bit like a horror story.
Also, oh man is unnecessarily gendered, my friend. You don't need to cut your audience in half.
That's true. I apologize. Well, I am clearly not a
How about,
person who
folks, I'm drowning. I think that's the meaning you were going for, yes?
And you have more
definitely.
people to save you.
Put the exclamation point in the title. It will seem more novel and interesting.
Interesting.
Yes.
I'll definitely. We'll have to workshop these ideas for titles if the theater does not make profit. So how
I'm
about
going to
this?
step close to him again, and I'm like, you got to show faith to your performers. You are the patron. You are the leader in a way. Without you, the whole show stops. So how about a little energy? How about a little enthusiasm, some positivity?
You're right. You're right. I'm sorry. Let me get back to that. So, one cart, doll, and I will get a cape, and 70-40, and the theater will stay open. And Cedric, nothing terrible will happen to you today. Nexen, is that good with you, Lady Rain?
Oh, and the mannequin.
Yes, the mannequin, of course.
No, you're not. You don't have speaking privileges yet.
Nixon, I'm gonna be like 70-40. Is that math seems off, but okay.
It's off by a lot. By like a lot.
Oh,
Yeah.
what about
people who know?
That theater math.
how about 60-40?
60-40. Maybe yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, you know, things tend to come to 100, not 110.
Well, if you're giving it your all, you give 110%.
But you can.
That's the
only
leadership
have-
spirit. Yes, yes.
Yeah. You can give more than you can take.
Oh, I've been taking a lot these days.
I could tell that. And but I think 60-40, and yeah, I can make you a boar's hair cloak. That will be interesting. You'll be the only
Wonderful.
one with it.
I am sure. And red is my color, so if you could put a little red in there, I would love that.
All right, red boar's hair.
I could do that.
I feel like that just crunches in the. I'll do that.
Jubrain, I guarantee you, when you get Nexen's beautiful red boar hide cloak, you will be itching for more boar outfits. Huh? And I kind of turn to the group and like wink with the Magnamar pun.
Yes.
You know? So, yeah.
Yeah.
Very clever indeed. Very droll. Very droll.
Very noticeable.
Yes.
Troll, where?
So he kind of walks up to Nexen and he holds his hand out and he says 60-40.
And you get 60. He keeps the 40.
Yep.
We
I
get
get
the
60.
okay.
He gets the 40.
I'll
And
look at
obviously
Cedric.
we'll have to look at some finder fees and stuff like that. But yeah.
I'll look to Cedric.
And Cedric's like, he is sweating. Like at this point, there's just water coming down everywhere, and he's like just shaking his head. Yes.
That sounds like a deal then.
He shakes your
I'll
hand.
put my hand out.
Shakes your hand, and he says, "Thank you." And he says, "I'm glad we were able to talk things out. This could have turned out differently, especially with kicking down doors. Who does that? So clearly, someone raised in a barn."
No!
Oh.
It needed replacing, so we were just demonstrating where your money would
I-
go to assist the theater.
I can fix it. She's going to try to pick up the door very awkwardly and like swing it around and hit the guards, the bodyguards in the way, and just like try to shove it back in like a poorly fit puzzle piece. You just need some glue, and I think that'll work.
No. Just no. Please stop.
It'll be
My soul.
fine. It's fine. She's just gonna keep trying to shove it in, and it keeps falling back down. She's just gonna lean up against it, like, see, it's now fixed. We just can't go through this door anymore.
And that is
No.
why your investment is so
No other
needed.
doors in there.
Mm-hmm. So he kind of like ushers his guards through the door that's like just hanging on, like just the guards are like trying to move it so that it's staying up, and he's as he's leaving, he looks over to the group and he says, "I hope to see a better door next time I'm here. See where my money's going to. But have a good day, everyone."
One more word, Jubre.
Mm.
And I'm going to put my hand on his shoulder and look him right in the eye, and I'm going to say, "You've taken an important step forward today. As a leader, you must uplift, encourage, positivity. I have been trying to be positive for so many months, and I think it is working. I encourage you to do the same."
And he says, "Thank you. You're a wise man. I
Oh,
could see
so I am
why they
told.
like hanging out with you."
And I them. Oh, they're my saviors.
Yes.
A part
And
of me
he's-
never wants to leave them.
Don't worry. I'm sure you'll have a grand time with them. But I do have other matters to attend to, and this theater does need to get in shape. So
Oh, that we agree upon for sure.
Oh, I like you a lot. I think we'll get along swimming.
And I you, sir. And I you.
And he kind of claps your shoulder and he says, "I'll see you around town."
Indeed you shall. You'll see me again, I promise.
And with that, they kind of make their way out. Sidrak rushes Nexen and kind of just like gets super close, like almost like up to your nose. And just as he comes to a stop, like little beads of sweat kind of splatter you a little bit. And he's like, Thank you so much. I was so panicked. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry."
It's all right. How much do you owe him?
Well, I had to take out a second amount, and then there was the third amount for the. And I'm not really good with numbers and the ledger, and that it used to be my, And then I lost my husband, and now I'm back in the dating scene, so I kind of spend a little bit more than maybe like 100 platinum pieces.
What?
That's a lot of money.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, honey, no. Now's the time for you to change your name and you move to a different city.
Oh, bless your heart. Well.
I'm sorry, and that's why I couldn't pay you. Your work is amazing, but now we're on together. You agreed, and you're working for him, and now we're together. Now we could work indefinitely, and I love working with you. And we'll pay this back once we fix the door and repaint and get new clothing. We could have shipments come in from Magnamar and Absalon, and we could bring in new textiles. It'd be amazing.
Maybe bringing new stuff in is not the answer.
No, that's exactly what we need.
But maybe not spending more, cutting back a little, and like finding ways to reduce, reuse, recycle.
Well,
Period.
obviously,
Money and Sandpoint as a whole?
I'm sure we could bring in, once we get the theater off the ground, we'll just be bringing in everyone. This is a major stop, and I'm sure we could send out criers to different cities to just push the show. Marketing, they say you have to spend a little to make a little.
That is true. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
But platinum is not a little, my good man. That's quite a lot. This cape, for example, you could buy 30 of these capes for the amount that you. And why do you owe a patron money? That part I cannot connect. There were aspects of his demeanor that struck me as somewhat hostile.
Well, he's not so much a patron as now he is the owner, right? Like, because I owe him some money, and he came to me after the fire that kind of burned everything down, and then we rebuilt, and
All right, Pumpkin, you sit down right now, okay?
Okay.
Just sit down. We're gonna you don't make any more decisions. Okay? You don't make any more decisions, and you just sit here, and we're gonna, Collodi, go get him a drink of water or something, and we're gonna take care of this. And you just sit here behind your desk and you smile. That's what you're gonna do. And she's gonna turn around to the rest of the group, and we'll handle everything else without him, right? Nods like, please help.
I guess so. I am going to take out one thing real quick, and I'm going to walk over to the base and cast Mending, and then start prestidigitating the ashes into the vase.
He starts to cry at seeing that, and is just, you know, he's overtaken by emotion, and he's just, Nexen, you are one in a million. I love you. Thank you so much for doing that and taking care of me. And I can't express how much I'm so glad we're working together. And you are just a peach and a doll.
At this point, Collodi walks in with a glass in his hand filled with water and hands it to him and says, "Look, water don't cure stupid. That's all."
And he's like, "Thank you." And he you know, he starts to drink as fast as possible, and his hands are still shaking. You know, he gives the glass back to Collodi. He says, I'm sorry for causing so much trouble. But why don't I give you a tour? Unless you have big pressing matters or anything like that. But I would love to show you around.
Indeed, that is why we are here. Oh, how exciting!
Wonderful. Sure. So, and he kind of like runs, and he takes Aldern's he gestures for Aldern to take underneath his arm so that he can show you around. And he takes you under the arm, and he starts to show you the different areas around the theater. And he's like, well, with the increase of money, we're gonna fix the stage, we'll polish it.
Right. Is the threadbare curtain something to do with the current attraction? Is that a part of the set, so to speak?
So we'll obviously put up new curtains. I was thinking like maybe a maroon, like a darker color, so that like everything's brighter on stage. And yes. now with the goblins, we could do like a bright green makeup, and they'll just kind of pop with the backdrop. I'm thinking like darker colors with bright colors on my costuming. And this is wonderful. I have everyone here, and then they could kind of the heroes that you're with, they could show the actors, can study with them and follow them around and really take on the roles of the heroes. I could find many actors who would love Nexen.
You're dreaming really big. Nexen knows the theater really well. She could just lead all of this for us, right?
Well, I know the costuming side.
Well,
perhaps you can think creatively of the stories and the scripting. Be the dramaturg. So don't worry about the day-to-day running. Just creativity, and then you will pass that creativity through your first audience and peer review, which is us, and we will see how we can make it work.
I've never actually had a peer review. I've just
workshop.
You don't say.
Kind of just did things on the fly. If I felt it, I would go with it, right? But thank you.
And now you can feel it more deeply on a script written down.
And he leads everyone around, and you could kind of see that the theater is needs some work, but isn't falling apart here and there. And he's kind of showing like, and the seats, we could put in actual numbers, and you could see that they kind of scratched in like row numbers on the seats. And then he was like, we could put like a little placard, and that would have the row number on them. And I feel that like this is a great turning point in my life, and I could really see great things happening now, and especially with a peer review.
I totally agree with you, Sidrak. This group has brought new light to way that I look at the world as well. Let us both embrace the new opportunity.
I agree. And thank you for coming at such an opportune time. I don't know where I would be right now without everyone, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
They saved my life, Sidrak, and it looks like they may have saved yours as well. Truly, they are the heroes of Sandpoint.
Truly.
And he takes a little handkerchief and dabs a tear from the side of his eye.
Right. Well, we're going to do what we can, but we've got a lot of money, platinum to get going, don't we?
Mhm. Money will find its way. That's what I believe.
Yeah, that belief has got. Yes. Nope. You were right.
That plus a business manager shall do you very well indeed.
Yes.
I'm sure I could definitely find someone that can take on that role. But I don't want to hold you up any longer. I'm sure you have other things to do for the day. And he starts to lead everyone to like the front of the theater, and he kind of opens it, and it's sunny outside, and he's like, please, thank you all, and just stop by whenever you can. And Nexen, again, I apologize, but we'll work on that money. We will figure that out. I will make sure we pay you off.
Well, maybe we can come up with some other kind of deal. But we'll talk about it later.
Of course. Thank you, and thank you. I'm just gonna start jotting down ideas right now, and some prep work, and I'll where I would just bring it to you whenever I have my stuff done, and we could talk about it and go over ideas and such. Yep. Okay. Thank you, and again, I appreciate it. I will try to get someone quickly here to fix the door. Rain, it's okay. Thank you. You were everyone was amazing, and I appreciate it so much.
Well, Sidrak, by local standards, your theater is most impressive. Best luck in bringing it up to modern standards.
Yes, that is my plan. I will redo everything. I have such a vision.
As Collodi walks out of the theater with the mannequin that he's now naming Juliet, he is going to accidentally swing it just to kind of clip the back of Sidrak's head as he walks out.
It's not just Collodi, you must be more careful.
Oh yeah, I'll do that thing. Malvolo, for the first time in a few weeks, actually feels happy with Collodi. And he turns to him and he says, yeah, I didn't really think about that when I got out of bed. Yeah, what's that? Oh, that this morning I would be accruing some sort of crippling, life-changing debt.
Debt does have a way of changing your life.
Shall we go to the beach since the cart is sorted? Let's
The
not
beach!
dwell.
What a capital idea! There's that leadership instincts.
Are we still gonna go boar hunting?
I hope so.
Oh.
Well,
sorry. You go.
Please.
You go. Oh, I was gonna
sorry.
say Malvolo would probably say, well, if we do go boar hunting, the beach truly comes to life around the twilight. If Krut is interested in fetching a boar, I believe it'd be okay to go to the beach later.
It does sound like a junky place, where as opposed to the wilderness and the boars, and it'll be invigorating for all of us.
Right.
Interesting though beach garbage is.
So,
I mean, it's up to you. Whatever you would like to do, I'm open. But.
Well, we need a cloak, so boar hunting is probably more pressing.
Yes. Please allow me to take you all on a hunt. It'll be a wonderful experience.
right. Next, out of curiosity, how many boars do you think you need to make the cape? I guess it depends on the size of the boar, doesn't it?
Yeah, I would say it depends on the size.
I should have thought of
Probably two, just to be on the safe side.
Okay.
Maybe big mother and 3 babies, something like that. You know, the babies
No,
are better for the
not
sleeves.
No, if we find no, she looks at all of them. That's the rule. If there's any babies, we do not kill them. We don't.
Ah, bad
No.
rule.
No.
Their flesh is most succulent.
That is a good idea.
No. She's gonna boop Krut on the nose. No. No eating of babies.
Well, you're the leader,
Her
Rain.
hands on her hips. That's the rule. No baby eating here at all from any of you. No. She's gonna start wagging her finger at all of you. No.
Does that apply to birds as well?
No eating any babies. Just
Oh,
that.
okay, all right. So the egg before they are hatched, it's fine. But afterward, there's like what you're saying is there is an interregnum between egg and fully grown, and that they are safe during that period.
What
Fine.
if
We need the
there's
eggs. Do not eat them in their baby form until they get to big form.
Well, you're the leader, Lady Rain. I will follow your
What
advice.
about those dwarven boars that are small?
But if they're adults, if they've
Yes.
had,
Big,
that is
small adults.
Small adults. Oh, I just want to make this clear in case
Yeah.
it is
can
important to
eat
my
small
life later. Small adults are okay to eat,
yes.
but
you can eat
children never.
never children.
Even if they're a
Okay.
big baby.
But
Yeah.
adults of all sizes, whether they are small or large, can be eaten.
This feels like a trick question.
Not yet.
Collodi takes a moment and looks at Kasaundra for a few seconds too long.
I just light my hand a little bit, and I'm like, and I look at him, look and like stare at him back.
Well,
And then I say, "You can't even eat," and then I like shrug my shoulders and go back to the conversation.
Only eat animals that are adults.
well, let
That's
us go catch an adult.
Yes, let's
And some
You can
small
eat-
adults, yes.
Animals.
adult animals.
Animals, yes, of course. Oh, of course, animals. Yes.
Like these are rules you all should have known already.
I mean, they do things a little bit different in the suburbs.
Well,
Same.
here we're humane and we recognize that we will allow these animals to grow.
Look, to be fair, it's baby's own fault for being made of delicious meat.
That's not
Well-
that's not fair. You're not eating babies. She's gonna whack him on the backside of his head. No.
You know what they say, when in Cheliax, do as the Chelaxians do. So, let us not eat babies today. I think we can all agree. Follow the lead of Lady Rain. No baby devouring.
No baby devouring.
Animal or otherwise, including birds.
Adults.
Yes.
Adults only.
Small adults. If they're
Small
doesn't matter
adults.
their size. If they're
Well,
adults.
if they're small adults, we shall need more of them for the cape. But
Yeah,
one way or the other, we
exactly.
shall find our quarry. Of this I am sure. Let's away.
Adult hunting it is. Let's go.
So
charge forward, just kind of frustrated, hoping to find if there are any babies in the woods, find them and scare them off first.
with that, the group would head back towards the Rusty Dragon to collect their supplies that they would need to go boar hunting.
We shall need Montrose.
Yes, as Montrose has been left at the Rusty Dragon just for safekeeping. Along with that, any goods you would need for the boar hunt will be taken care of. And we will head out into the woods. So let me give everyone access to the woods.
Is this Sirenscape we're listening to right now?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm getting a professional massage with this music. It's like so soothing.
It is indeed Sirenscape. Every sound that you hear for this particular show is provided by the wonderfully talented sound sexiness that is Sirenscape. And yeah, it is a lot of fun to play around with and add an extra depth to your games.
Just try to relax, breathe.
Let's
Having-
go stuff.
It is very relaxing though. So, having make your way back to the Rusty Dragon, collecting your goods, Kasaundra, you find that Amico approaches you and says to you, Father Xanthus was just in here. He said he was looking for you.
For me?
Mm-hmm.
Me specifically, not the heroes of Sandpoint.
No. Mentioned you by name. He said he was wondering if he could speak to you whenever you had some free time.
Of course. We are, however, on a very serious boar hunt today.
Yeah, I can see that.
But afterwards, we shall definitely walk past.
Okay. Yeah, he didn't give me a time. So, obviously, you can go whenever you feel comfortable. Also, I see you're going on a boar hunt with Aldern Foxglove. If you want to push for patronage for us, that would really help us out.
Yes, we've already brokered one patronage deal today. I'm sure another is not out of the question.
You know, just keep up your charm and do what you do best.
I will do. And Kasaundra seems very thrown. And she's going to turn to Krut and say, boar hunting! Boars!
Boars!
Bars.
Boars!
So,
Adult
Thanks,
boar.
Amico.
no,
Adult
have a good.
boars.
So, having hired a number of horses, it's only about 3 or 4 miles out of town that you're able to pick up the trail of some boars. It's getting fairly late into the afternoon, and pushing around, you're able to find a area where you can see the boars have like dug and rooted some of trees and roots and different there's like not so much like a sty, but you could see there's like a lot of trampled mud in this area.
Aldern's gonna walk, so he's keeping pace with Rain,
Mhm.
and he's gonna turn to her and he's gonna say, "Well led so far, Lady Rain. Don't you feel reinvigorated by nature? Isn't this even better than in the town?"
It is. There's something about being out here where there's all the space and quiet, and you can just get lost in the woods and it'd be perfectly fine.
I could not agree more. It's like a palate cleanser from the wilds of civilized life. It offers a new perspective, and almost everything seems simpler when you're out here in the wilderness, don't you think?
Could I be, I suppose, a bit direct with you?
I would like nothing more, Lady Rain. Please.
Well,
My life is an open book.
You do seem that way. I'm honestly surprised that you enjoy all of this. You dress very fine. You come from a large city. She gestures to like the woods and the dirt and the roots that they're trying to walk over. Like you have mud on your shoes. Like, you're not exactly, a woods person.
Yes, it seems like such a contradiction, does it not? And yet it makes so much sense. The world of civilized life, especially in the nobles, in the with nobility, there's so much pretense, there's so much puffery and things like fine clothes and whatnot. And though I do come from that world and I enjoy its many, many benefits, there are times where you must put those things behind you, and it is just you and your feet on the trail. The trees surrounding you at all times. It's like You never know what might be coming next. The world is open to you, but it is still unknown at the same time. I find it so exciting. So exciting. Indeed, the butterflies and birds of the Swallowtail Festival were but one of the things drawing me to Sandpoint. It was this, the hunt, to discover myself, and nay, to rediscover myself, and to do so in the company of such an august personages like you and your companions is a gift to me that I shall remember for the rest of my days, however long that may be.
Are you unsure of how many?
Well,
are you feeling all right?
I am feeling a bit melancholy. It has been difficult times for the Foxglove family. I have lost some relatives, and one of my sisters moved away to Absalom. And, well, things are difficult, but this is a fresh start, a new opportunity, a new lease in life, filled with new inspirations. Perhaps even some tasty adult boar.
Exactly. I'm sure we'll be able to find some near here. I mean, we found their nesting space. It can't be too far. We'll keep everyone here. It's like.
But what of you, Lady Ranne? Are you from the wilderness as well? I don't see many, what you said, Alces around?
Right. It's there's not, no. I guess it's hard. Well, you ask a lot of personal questions, and you're right. There's not a lot of Alces. I feel much more comfortable out here. I'm sorry, you've got me all aflutter.
And you got me as the same. I mean, all of you. You're so wonderful.
Right. Well, I've never seen another Alces. Let's just say it that way.
How lonely.
I kind of prefer it this way. I like living out here on the woods. You mentioned this as an escape, but she touches like the bark and the tree next to her. This is my home. This is a space that I love, and when you're in city walls, it feels so confining. I don't understand what you see this as an escape to.
Well, what brought you to Sandpoint then, Lady Ranne?
Oh, Sandpoint. She kind of looks over at the others. We just found our way here. Like, your heart leads you to places.
I too am led by my heart. What inspiring words.
Yes.
Oh.
It was nothing, well, you clearly understand magic, right?
We live in a magical world. Magical miracles have been happening to me since the moment you and your friends saved me from the goblins. So yes, I understand magic, both the real and the metaphorical.
She's gonna look over at the others, kind of like gauging.
Wait, did you hear that? I think I had a ball. It's over there.
You know what? Don't worry about it. There was an odd miracle that brought us here, but the boar.
Indeed, let us find the boar. We can continue this conversation many times in many days to come.
It's fine.
With that, there's suddenly a loud trampling sound as a boar comes rushing out of some trees. Realizing that you've stumbled into its nesting area, the boar is very upset. Everyone, please roll your initiative.
Jared, does it look like an adult boar?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Can we?
Yes.
Can you tell if it's an adult boar?
Yeah.
I will chop it in half and I'll count the rings.
There you go.
Jared, are you rolling for me, or do you want me to do it through a die?
I got it.
I believe
Michael.
have,
Okay.
Michael has that.
Thanks, Michael.
Don't thank me yet.
Well,
No, don't, no. I wanted a fresh start.
so the boar is maybe 8-9 feet in length. It's massive. Its bristles are thick as it steps out, uttering a low growl would be the best way to describe it. the boar kind of stomps its hoof and snorts. And
As
we
just
will have.
part of it, can Rain mirror it back? Like she's going to stomp her hoof as well down into the ground and almost kick the dirt up behind her, just trying to match that intimidation level against it.
Sure. I believe. Why didn't this?
Now, correct me if I'm wrong on my boar hunting, but you have to flank it, right, to make sure it doesn't run away.
Mm-hmm.
That would be best, yes. Or shoot it in the eye! Ha ha!
How many boars have you killed?
Countless boars. It's my favorite prey.
Is it really countless, or can you not count that high?
Well, I just lost track is all. I assure you I can count.
Rain totally meant for that to be under her breath, and she's embarrassed that he heard her.
So, the boar, seeking its now prey, it will charge at its nearest target. Sadly, that target is Krut. So it will stride twice and attack with its tusk. Krut, at the last moment, you're kind of able to quickly dodge out the way as the boar downs its head and comes up with its large tusk into you. It is now Krut's turn.
Alright, well, it's charging at me and it's attempting to stab me. I'm going to start retaliating and just attack like 3 times with my claws.
Okay.
Okay, first one. I just roll it on this.
So your claws slash at and into the boar, but you realizing that its hide is very thick, and your claws are not wide and thick enough to tear through its hide. What else would you like to do, Fred?
I was like, we've got a big one here, and just keep continuing attacking the second one.
Sure. The second attack strikes true again, but sadly doesn't go deep enough as the hide is quite thick. And realizing you might be taking too much of a chance.
It's right there. Why can't I get you? And frustratingly attack with my last one.
Finally, with that last attack, you kind of slash, and now everyone realizes that Krut's claws are not even sinking into this beast. It's just leaving small scratch marks on the outside. And the boar seems slightly happier that you've scratched its back.
The boar's toughness bodes well for the cloak. Press the attack, my friends.
Rain, it is your go.
Okay.
In the eye, Rain! In the eye!
It's so hard to hit it. Instead, she, in her unsureness, she's just going to try to cast Tanglefoot on it. To capture it, to hold it still in that space.
Mm.
I forgot how to cast a spell in this game. Okay.
That's okay. So you click the little magnifying glass next to the spell you wish to use,
There it is.
and it should get a little D20, and you just kind of press it.
I'll just- Here we go.
Cast Tanglefoot at the boar, and I have to make a save, correct?
Yeah.
That is
Ideal. Even better than a flank.
Maybe if we just hold it still, we'll be able to get a better hit at it.
It will make it much more likely to penetrate the eye.
That eye, man.
The softest
One.
spot on a boar.
Works. Oh, so
Oh.
vines of just start to sprout from the ground, and what happens, Rain? How does this work?
It begins to creep up from the ground, wrapping its tendrils around the hooves of the boar, slowly encompassing up and around, and then pulling it down into the ground. Well, not down, but just flat against the ground. Finding it.
Nice.
Now that it's held, she'll take her third action to move a little bit closer, trying to surround it at this end, helping Krut out. Okay, we can do this. Let's make it quick. And that'll be her turn.
Wonderful. It is Montrose's turn.
Montrose, sick boar! And, do I even need to direct it, or will he just do that on his own?
Montrose will work on... Oh, Montrose should have went on your turn. I
Yeah.
apologize for that. So... Why did it roll its own initiative? I'm just going to move Montrose to you. But, yeah, you would just have to tell Montrose to do something.
Right.
And it's going to kind of hang out with you. So, you and Montrose have hunted boars together. So, Montrose knows what to do in these scenarios.
Great.
He'll, flank the boar to give you to aid and kind of bark and push the boar towards you.
And he does that without me taking an action to tell him to do it, or?
Yes, because Montrose is a trained hunt dog.
I spent the finest gold for that one-eyed dog.
Mm-hmm. We're just gonna move Montrose to get in flanking position with Rain.
Sick boar.
Right. Kasaundra.
So I had my daggers out because I thought, like, you know, maybe killing it with magic is not like the best for the flavor. But when I saw Krut struggling, I put the dagger away.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna cast Divine Lance, and you know, we'll just sanitize it with hot water afterwards.
I like that. So I believe I have to make a save on that one. Or you hit.
No, so I rolled to attack on this one.
You rolled to attack. Yep.
But I didn't roll it on the boar. Sorry.
No. So let's see. That will hit the boar.
Wow.
That will hit. So please roll damage. And what happens as this divine energy lances from you?
Is it a crit?
She got a 26.
Yeah.
Let me double check my boar stat here.
Damn, it would have been easier if I rolled it on the boar.
No, yeah, it would have, but sadly, you're so close for that crit. Like,
I think I just put so much gas into it because if Krut struggled, I was just like,
yeah. If I had to estimate numbers, you know, between 1 and 18, you were too shy of getting that critical.
yeah. So I'll hold. I put my daggers away very, like, as Krut was attacking, I was holding my daggers, and then I was like, no, ixnay on the dagger. And then I actually hold my hand that I'm going to shoot Divine Lance out of. Normally I very casually just do it, but this time I'm like, because this boar's the size of me, it's bigger than me, I imagine.
Oh yeah, it's about 8 feet in length.
Not a child.
Not
Yeah,
a child.
not a baby ball.
Some babies are big. I don't know.
It's true.
It's a big baby boy.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm gonna shoot it, and I'm gonna be like, we'll just sanitize it afterwards, and then I'm gonna move to flank it.
Awesome.
Let me move myself. And I'm gonna stand. I'm gonna be that person and stand behind the dog.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
One
Next
person
up,
will protect me.
Montrose always will protect. Nexen, it is your go.
All right. I can't actually see the map. But...
Oh no.
There it is. All right. I will look up the board and shout out, "Hold your horses!" as I do one of the knots, and I will cast Daze at the board.
I need to make a save. Let's see how this board does. The board is full of rage, and that rage is able to shake off your magical energies.
Right. And I'm gonna call out to Krut and just say, I think fate is on your side here, and I will cast Nudge Fate. So I will give him that. No, it's he doesn't need to roll. And that's my turn.
Awesome. And with that, we come to Aldern Foxglove.
Well, I was so enraptured by my conversation with Lady Rain that I didn't have my weapon ready or anything. So the first thing I'm going to do is pull out a longbow and knock an arrow. And so that's action number 1. Action number 2, I'm looking at the boar, and then the camera sort of anime style goes shing and goes right to my eyes as I hunt prey on the boar. And then I'm going to use my final action to loose an arrow in the direction of the boar. And the hunt prey doesn't really do anything for me this round, but it's active. Yeah. So I attack with my longbow.
Yes. But you're so excited that you fire, and the arrow goes a little wide as the boar kind of drops its head low to route some of the vines that are wrapping its leg that Rain has done.
I didn't want to accidentally hit Lady Rain, so perhaps I was a little apprehensive about my aiming.
Oh, sorry. I just having a look at his sheet. He is trained in your longbow use, I imagine, as a ranger.
I should think, yes.
Yeah, so that should be a +3 to that.
Yeah, that's what it says on my sheet. It's +3.
No, sorry. It should be +6.
An additional +3. Okay.
Oh, so then that will hit. So please.
No! In fact, I was inspired by Lady Rain to hit it.
Yes.
It does D4 + 1 piercing. No, that's dagger. I'm sorry. It does
yeah.
D8 piercing.
Yes.
Did you hit it in the eye?
I tried, but I doubt it. Just impacted on the surface.
Right across.
So, hitting the boar this time and inspiring those around you with your magnificent shot. Malvolo, it is your go.
Haha!
All right, so Malvolo's seeing Aldern Foxglove displaying what is a very eloquent shot straight at the wild boar quarry, being kind of unaccustomed to hunting for his food. Malvolo is going to use his altogether action to move both Collodi and himself into a position of flanking. So Collodi's going to start by moving 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 over to here. And 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 over to here, very nervously. Collodi will then use his next action to bend his forearm and twist it, unlocking this small blade from the edge of it. All right, Krut, let me show you how to shave some ham. And he's going to try and take a valiant swing at the boar. Oh. Do I get a flanking bonus from myself?
Yes, you would be flanked, but it's not high enough currently.
All right. With my second action, I will do the same. And I will get the same. That is exactly what will happen. I will do exactly the thing that I did before. So almost like he's chopping wood. You hear the Collodi's arm blade sort of tink, tink. Hold on, wait, let me readjust. It's just a little loose is all. And that is it.
So, awesome. And that goes with Collodi's turn. And top of the next round, the boar goes. The boar is now surrounded. Enraged, it's going to lash out in all directions with its tusk. So the first will lash out at the first person, which is Ranne. That will hit.
No.
So I believe that did 15 points of damage to you, Ranne.
Whoa.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a critical assault.
It is definitely not a baby boar.
Oh, that hurt. Okay. Oh.
It's not a baby.
It's definitely not a baby.
Kill it. Kill it. Kill it.
Next, it will lash out at Krut. And that will also hit Krut.
That was second critical. That was a second
Yeah,
critical.
that was the second critical.
They've all
Krut's down, and it smashes its tusk into Krut and downing Krut.
Our champion has fallen. No.
We hunting.
And then it's going to end its turn. So Krut, so you're the first person to be in the negatives, right?
Yep.
So you're dying, and so normally when you go down, you have to go before the enemy, and I always get this rule confused. So I think you would make your save this turn.
Okay. Do I just roll at 20 or?
So you roll for the death and dying effects. You have to roll higher.
Hold up.
Yeah. Oh, did we lose connection?
Yes.
We lost
It
Michael.
looks
at
like
least.
Michael.
All right, one moment.
Even our stream is sad that Krut is in the negative.
Yeah.
Not in this stream, okay?
Yeah, it's like everyone must survive, or the stream will have problems.
Yes.
Yeah. The stream disconnected everyone. It was
Is
like, oh, someone's down. That's it.
is that construction worker an Alces?
Yes. Yes, it is.
It's a Minotaur. That is Edditaur with a hard hat.
Edditaur.
I see.
Edditaur and Alces. I feel like there's a pun about Alces construction in the next 2 minutes, but
I was thinking you could name an Alces character Lorraine, and it would be Alces Lorraine.
Wow.
It would play big in Magnamar, you guys. Come on.
Yeah, everything's big in
That's where it's
Magna,
at.
right?
Yeah. It's a little bit more cultured.
Okay. More culture.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, I don't. No judgment. No judgment.
He
But
has more culture than our culture.
Those
we
puns
like
can
puns.
complement
That's a sign of high culture, you see.
Clearly,
Ah,
clearly
yes,
a very rich
yes,
woman.
Wordplay implies a certain amount of literacy, you see.
Ah, are you calling us illiterate?
No, by no means. No.
Listen, I play with rocks too.
But paper
okay.
beats rock.
Nice.
And is the pen mightier than the sword? Is that where we're going?
Yes.
Well, if it's a magic pen, because I feel like the swords have done nothing.
Currently, yes.
So far, that's true.
I'll just pull out one of my knitting needles and start stabbing at them.
Oh, that's such a good idea.
I'm excited to see where this.
I feel like
a
are you
nut
using
allergy,
needles
we could
not a
just-
weapon?
Shove some pine cones in its mouth or something.
It's secretly allergic to nuts, and that's
Yeah.
it.
You gotta think creatively. Come on.
I thought you guys had it. You guys were doing a ton of damage to it, and I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be a fast fight." And then all of a sudden, two critical hits in a row, and I was like, "Well,
Thrashes its
a
head around.
boss battle. It's a boss ball.
Doesn't the baby thing also apply to GM task players? We're level 1. We're baby players.
That's
You're not
true.
allowed-
Oh yeah.
We're the
Baby
babies.
you guys
Good
are
for
the
the
You
goose is
gooses."
good
murder
for
us.
the
You're a
gander.
monster.
New York accent, I get confused. Game master, game monster. It just sounds the same to me. My wife, no, my friends don't like it when she plays with us because she is heavily aggressive, and she'll just kill players. She'll be like, "Oh, rock's full, everyone's dead," and we're like, wait, what? She's like, "Yeah, no one checked for traps," and we're like, "Okay,
Should have learned.
Always check for traps.
that's
Have
it's
we
it's
checked
fun
for a
playing."
single trap here yet?
Nope.
I was thinking in this other game I play a character who's subtly trying not to show that they're never in the front line. So they're always like tying their shoelace and like never in front of the enemies. And then when you're like, it attacks in a circle, I'm like, no, I'm dead. If 15 comes to me, I'm dead. And then I was like, why did I not play it like the other one? Why am I not in the background?
Right?
It is safer over here.
Much
You will
further
notice.
away.
Next does not really run into things. She's like, you got this.
Quite a good vantage from where we are, Nex.
Yeah. We can watch all
always-
of our friends die.
Especially now that Krut has fallen and my view is no longer obscured.
Yep.
By a giant lizard folk.
Listen, if
I
we
lo-
die, all that debt is on your guys' back. It just
How to get out
Next-
of debt? Just
Just die.
die.
TPK by a ball, an adult ball.
Easiest way to solve this problem. No more debt.
it's so dark.
Someone else's problem now.
Should we clarify? We are not financial advisors. No one listens to us.
Agreed. Agreed.
Experience
Just
is not
play
so
one
much
instance.
expertise in my way of viewing things.
It's true.
That,
I'm
that
an
was really
expert at making mistakes.
yeah. That was a really fun encounter. I had fun playing that out.
Excellent.
Watching you guys decide to now take on a lot of debt.
Oh God.
Yep. Yeah, thanks. I'm so glad we can
Ah,
meet that.
Lord
Yeah.
Foxglove was not a signatory to that particular
No,
arrangement.
he wasn't. He talked
Okay.
his way
I'm
out of
holding
it.
my NPC card.
Out of the loop.
That was really fun. I like doing that. That was cool. Oh man. Uh-oh. I think a koala got in the mix.
It could be. Michael has been eaten by a drop bear.
Confession. I did fall for the drop bear conversation once.
Oh yeah?
Once. I didn't know any better.
That's amusing.
Australia is a very strange place to me.
Yeah,
So
there are a lot of weird monsters from Australia. I mean, it could be
Right?
true. It could be true.
I was a
There's a lot of
trusting
things.
individual and I nodded along like an idiot.
Like, drop it,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That's right.
Sounds
To be
terrifying.
fair, every time we get tourists here in Australia, I do mention the drop air here or there.
Like an initial test.
Yeah.
The one animal in Australia that's actually not poisonous.
Yeah. Oh man.
Well, don't koalas have a
Because
ton
you
of
can't give them
limit-
everything, right? They can't be poisonous and horrifically.
That's right. That's right.
You only get one.
You can't do poison and sanity damage. Pick one.
Yeah.
I always
Mind
want to
poison
visit.
or actual poison?
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. You don't get both.
Someone roll to see if Michael will get connection back.
Hello, I'm here. I won't get connection back.
No, there's a...
We cast stabilize.
15?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Check this out. This is the best I can do.
You on like
Yeah.
your cell phone?
Oh no.
Was there
Did you just
power
lose
out?
power?
Forget lose power. My whole block is down.
Oh no!
And you want to know this? Okay, so secret tip for everyone who knows how to live stream, right? Do not blackout proof your bedroom during a blackout in the furthest room away from anything. So yeah, I'm kind of stuck here. So I'm gonna go on audio only, but thanks for waiting, guys.
It
no,
adds a
if-
certain something, Michael.
Oh yeah. If I'm ever doing a horror game though, this is definitely the go. It's like,
Yes.
hello everyone, welcome.
We're now playing 10 Candles.
That's it. All right. I'm gonna turn off my video, but I'll be
Yes.
here.
Awesome.
Welcome back.
Okay.
So we were dealing with Krut. So Krut,
Yes.
the dying and death mechanic is super easy. You are dying 1, right? So you have to roll a d20, and so it's a flat check, which basically is you just have to roll it and hope the dice gods are with you, and you have to beat a 11, match or beat a 11.
Okay.
So it's 10 plus your dying value, which is currently 1.
Don't family now. Ah.
Does nudge fate help with this?
No, it's just a flat check, so like guidance and stuff doesn't affect that.
I rolled it too.
It's okay. It's okay. We'll get there.
Are we still on the construction screen?
Yeah, give me a sec. Gonna have to.
It's okay. You're just dying.
You're fine.
Yeah.
It would have
Very
been
yeah.
scary shame if Eidolon went off. Like as his character goes to fades to black, it blacks out.
Yeah.
It just
You know what,
blacks out on Eddie too.
Actually, yeah,
Montrose, lick his wounds closed.
No, it's just 2020 coming for Australia. That's all. It's just hit me first. Give it a few hours. It'll get Eddie.
Hold up. We
Oh,
just
God.
got remixed. I'm cast now.
Nice.
I'm in charge.
Ah.
I like this.
Yeah.
All right.
Shuffle it up.
Yeah.
Let's see how well we were paying
I get a
paying attention
squirrel.
to each other's characters.
You get a squirrel. Nice.
I get a squirrel.
All right. So the last thing I knew is that Krut got crit.
Yeah, Krut went down. Krut is now trying to stabilize.
You got crutted.
Yeah.
It's
Oh.
crowded.
That's going on. You are aware that's going on a T-shirt now, right?
Yeah. I also apologize, Krut. You can also waste all your hero points to auto stabilize.
All of my hero points, or just the
All
one?
of them. Yeah, so all of them.
Okay.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
No,
Look, I'm the medic. I'll come get you. I'm literally right next to you.
Okay.
Same. You'll be okay.
We're just rearranging. I am also Malvolo and the GM. I am doing dual roles today.
GM Volo.
All right.
We are professionals, I swear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any way to like prep for blackout. Like
No, but you know what?
massive
Actually,
blackout.
you say that, but here's a deep dark secret. This is why I have Eddie.
Yeah.
Teamwork.
Yeah, no, literally, it was because I prepared. Like, if I go down, then Eddie can pick it up. If Eddie goes down, then I can pick it up.
That's That's so genius. Like,
very good.
in South Africa, we have planned blackouts by our electricity provider,
Mm-hmm.
and I just cancel my stream. I'm like, we'll see you tomorrow. But smart.
Yeah, no, yeah. I've been through, like, a lot of people ask me, like, hey, how are you so good at the stuff that you do? It's not because I'm good at the stuff I do, it's because I fail so many times that I have contingency for my contingencies. But whose turn is it?
It's I apologize. It is Rain's turn.
Yes. All right. Seeing Krut, I'm going to reach out and try to catch him and cast Stabilize with that.
Wunderbar.
Trying to help him out.
And Krut, you're stabilized.
Breathe. It's going to be okay. Hang in there, buddy. You're going to be all right. She's going to kind of like slap his cheek a little bit. Like,
I'm just
it,
really
maybe a little
hungry
harsher,
now.
but he can handle it. He's a giant lizard. It's fine.
He's
Yeah,
a giant lizard. Fine.
He's an adult lizard, so she's going to slap him a little bit on his face. Like, you got this.
Walk it off.
So,
So that'll take
good-
2 of her actions. On her
Yes.
her third, she's going to bring her shield up to kind of cover her and hide her from the boar.
nice.
This was not worth it. This was not worth it. And that'll be her turn.
Awesome. So, Krut, you are, just so you understand, you're still technically unconscious, but you do lose the dying condition,
Thank you.
and you will take the wounded one because you are. That's how this works.
Okay.
So next up is Kasaundra.
I'm going to just divine lance. Now that I see that Krut is stabilized.
Mm-hmm.
Is that your attack call?
Ah!
Also, just to clarify, is Aldern the only one who's shot the boar so far?
Oh,
No, we
crap.
had
I
a,
hit once.
yeah,
You
we
did,
had
yeah,
the
you had
divine,
Okay.
divine lance and Aldern. But
Yeah.
so your energies
It's a fearful battle cry.
Yes. So your energies come forward, and again you pull down that divine energy trying to lance the boar, but the boar is in a wild frenzy, just kind of whipping its head around, kicking and squealing, and you wind up missing the boar with that attack, and you still have one more action.
I'm going to cast shield on
Yes.
on myself.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Nexen is your go.
I'm gonna try yell out again and say, "Hold your horses, boar," and try and cast daze again.
Sure. All right. I just have to make that that good old save. You would think it would be easier for a boar to fail. I believe I did not pass.
Nope.
So I
So
will now.
it's 3 points damage because
Yep. Not any problem. Awesome.
and I'm going to move.
Mm-hmm.
Here.
Wonderful.
That's
Yeah.
a nice tree. I'm gonna hang out by that tree.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'll
no,
just
that's
you guys got it.
Yeah, we got this. So now it is Alden's turn. The boar looked ragged and rough around the edges.
Well, I'm still continuing to hunt it. And actually, you know what? I'm going to continue to hunt it. And I'm going to say, here's for one eye and here's for the other. And I'm going to shoot it twice. Because I've got my hunting tricks all up and going. The first attack is done at +3 and the second one's at +0.
Awesome.
Take this!
The first one goes wide.
No!
The second one will hit that time because of all the people and the fact that it is being tangled down and everything. So you will hit on that second shot.
Just quickly, what can we use our hero points for again?
Rerolls.
Can I reroll that first, miss?
Sure, not a problem.
Okay.
Sadly, that one will not hit that AC.
Ah! What a waste! All right, so I hit him once. Does
Yes.
D8.
D8. Let's see what happens. For 4 points, that is a lot. So the boar now having the 2 arrows sticking out, and this one pierces kind of underneath the boar's eye.
Almost.
which raises it. And it's in a fury right now, kicking and squealing and causing a lot of chaos.
Be careful, my friends. This is when it is at its most dangerous.
Now?
Yes, I'm sorry. You can do it. Just think of it as a big goblin.
Oh, sure, a lot easier when you're all the way back there.
I mean, I've done more damage than any. No, yes, good advice.
Not pointing fingers, but
Now up is Malvolo. What would you like to do?
Okay, after I softly sob, Malvolo is going to very quickly tell Collodi to cover him, using the Eidolon boost ability that I actually have as my focus ability, giving a +2 to the damage of Collodi if he hits. And I'm going to move around to Ranne, who has also been injured by the boar, and I'm going to use a medicine check to treat wounds with my battle medic skill.
Not a problem. I will roll that for you.
Whose idea was it to come after this boar again?
The medicine did not work on that one. You rolled a 13.
Don't know how to help a moose.
These tusk wounds are too deep. I need more time. And you need to stop kicking.
This is not.
So that was my first and my second action. My third action with together. Now, if I fail a medicine check to heal, can I try again?
For battle medicine?
Yeah.
I believe. I'm not actually sure because
I mean, I know that there's a limit on how many I can do if I heal them, but if I miss, can I just do it again?
I think you can.
The wound is on the other side, you idiot.
Oh, sorry. My mask is being fogged up by my tears.
By your tears.
wow.
And while I'm doing that as well, I'm going to have Collodi go for a stab, because this is an all-together action, so me and Collodi get to act. All right, now see here. You went and you done stab my friends with your big ugly snout, your big ugly face. So I'm going to stab you, okay? That's why they call it stuck like a pig. Okay, look, I'm not really on my best game right now, okay?
No, it's a good pun.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Thanks, Aldern. You're all right.
Thank you.
So Collodi lashes out, but sadly misses on that last attack.
God damn it. You know what? I'm going to rip off my arm and I'm just going to throw it into the woods.
Dramatic.
Yeah!
Yeah. And now the arm goes careening into the woods somewhere.
Okay. I'll need to get that later.
Sorry, I was just double checking the battle medicine.
That's okay. In the meantime, Collodi is then going to, as kind of just, as part of throwing that, I'm going to detach my leg and use it as a club.
Not a problem.
I'm going to beat you to death with my own leg.
So I believe with battle medicine, so if you have minimum proficiency, the target is then immune for 1 day. So I believe the target is immune, even if it fails.
Oh, okay. All right. Then I will do nothing of the sort. With my other action, I will use it on Krut then.
Yep, that works.
Sorry, Ranne, but your wound is 2 on the other side of you, and I'm gonna have to go for Krut.
Okay.
That one will work on Krut.
Sorry. Yay! Don't worry. It's gonna be okay, Krut. Don't go towards the light. Stay with me, Krut! I can't hear you! Speak to me! Oh, thank God.
Papa, is
Keep
that
alive.
you?
Hold up. Sorry, when Eddie just spoke, I got a picture of what the actual screen looks like. Did you just put a photo of me waving?
Yes.
Son of a...
It's a good photo.
It's not
Fair
bad.
enough. All right, that's my turn. I'm done.
Awesome. Krut, you receive 7 hit points from that healing. So you're now no longer unconscious.
Nice.
You're just in a bad spot because the boar goes.
I'm just royally pissed at it.
So the boar is going to lash out again. Seeing
Could
that
it
it
not?
is. Oh, actually, it's not surrounded anymore. You guys had surrounded it, so it's going to try and escape or run from you. So it's going to. Actually, it's going to attack first and then run because it's a boar. So it's going to be a jerk.
Run towards me.
So let's see. It's going to attack Collodi, and let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, target the one-legged mannequin.
You know what's funny is, it hit Collodi.
Oh no.
Aldern seemed very concerned just then.
No.
Oh damn! Not the crash test dummy. How much? Don't forget to roll damage on Malvolo.
Yeah, that's what I was almost about to roll in like Collodi.
Yep.
Bloop. Oh, okay. Malvolo. It was a massive attack to Collodi, knocking him onto the floor, and he's taking a substantial amount of damage as he falls. And then the boar is going to rush past Collodi.
Do you want to tell me how much it is? Because I can't see.
Sure, 16 points of damage.
Ah! Jesus! Why are we fighting this thing?
Because it is the finest meat, and we need its skin for a cloak. Well, the babies are a little bit finer meat, but they're forbidden fruit.
That's not a talking point we're accepting now.
Yes. Just move on.
So it is now Krut's turn. Krut, you are at 7 hit points. And what would you like to do?
I am royally pissed, and Krut would like to rage.
Yes.
How do I do that again?
So,
I believe there's. Do we add a condition into the effects chart?
yes, I can put it on him right now.
Also, I would like to make a point of contention that if this is how strong the adult boar is, a baby boar should still be able to kill a full-grown human.
Right?
It's not helpless at that point.
It can kill your hunger, that's for sure.
No, that got me. Malvolo laughed.
Am I able to run over there? And
Yeah, you're at your feet because Rain had caught you before you hit the ground and stabilized you. And then Malvolo rushed over and started bandaging your wounds, and you kind of come to and you fill yourself with this rage, this internal anger, and you do have some temporary hit points also because of rage, and you can rush over and swipe at the boar.
20. And then I'm gonna lash it. Because I am pissed off. I'm like, I can kill goblins without a cinch. I can lift up boulders. Oh. But killing
You
a
can
boar.
do it, Krut.
Okay.
We all take faith in your strength.
Does my rage?
Still have Judge Fate.
Oh yeah. Can I still do that?
Yes, as you still have Nudge Fate, which will get it to a 17 and roll damage.
Oops.
And Krut, how do you smite this mighty boar?
Because I'm raging and I just want to kill this thing. I'm just gonna close my eyes and just start hacking at it.
Yeah. So Krut's making a mess of this boar.
We have to kill another one because you massacred this.
Don't mess up the pelt.
Um,
Focus on the eyes!
The eyes! Just turn its head into just mush.
Yeah, so Krut kind of destroys the head. At this point, realizing that Krut is making a mess of the head, there will be no head cheese for eating. But you can successfully take those boar back to the Rusty Dragon and have it prepped for dinner and for this evening.
The day is won!
Times how? Ah.
Malvolo passes out on the floor, like just lies down.
What a treat! We have defeated our foe!
Yeah, I feel so great. She looks at her gaping wound at the side.
The cost of heroism, Lady Rain.
Oh, feels
It will
real
heal,
great.
but the memories will last forever.
It's scars.
Y'all gonna make it back into town?
Yeah, we'll be fine. We're fine. We can do this.
Collodi reattaches his leg and goes to fetch his arm and then help, like pretty much just use himself kind of like a crutch for Rain.
Perfect. She's gonna end up putting a lot of weight on him. She's really leaning on him.
Yeah, you hear some like buckling wood and some straining little tiny ball bearings in his knees.
Thank you.
It's okay. Don't mention it.
You're very sweet. I needed
No,
this.
really don't mention it.
Oh, it's a good thing we're not too far from town. What? It's only like 3 miles. You can help.
It's not that far.
Is there nothing you heroes cannot do? I am inspired.
Well, thank you. I guess it's, you weren't so bad with that arrow.
Well.
I'm pretty lucky having you here.
It is I who feel lucky to have made your acquaintance, for if you had not crossed my path yesterday, I would not be here at all, and nor would my beloved dog Montrose.
Okay, yeah, we did
So,
some saving.
I would say we are even.
Yes, even. Perfect. Good. We can put it all behind us.
Well, it's just the beginning, the first chapter of a long story. Yes.
Right.
As Nexen and I both lift our fingers and wait, and then he says
What?
long story, and we both like,
Yes.
okay.
Great. I'm so happy. Rain's still like clutching her side, putting more weight on Collodi. Help.
For some reason, Malvolo starts taking damage.
So, the party can make their way at their leisure back to Sandpoint with no trouble. Finding your way, the guards kind of rush to your aid as they see you entering with this large boar that I'm assuming Krut is struggling to drag and carry, partially drag, partially carry, of the horses that you've rented, you're riding on, and you make your way back, and you can make your way to the Rusty Dragon, where Miko will be glad to cook up a beautiful meal for everyone. So you're now at the Rusty Dragon. Miko, shocked at seeing this giant boar, is going to start carving it up and throwing out anything she feels that would be useless.
I'm gonna go back and be kind of helping oversee to try and like have the least amount of damage done to the pelt.
So you're not really trained in understanding how to tan and leathers and such, but you have a general understanding of how much you need. So you're just like, yeah, like maybe one side.
Like,
You know,
if you can leave this one area, like just cut around it.
And Beth Anna, being an older halfling and kind of the head chef, she understands how to handle a knife, and she's very proficient with that. And she's kind of like dressing and cutting, and she nicely folds and then wraps with butcher twine and kind of leaves it with like a little bow, as if you're gonna take this, but it's still like it is meat. It is just raw meat that she's just kind of left for you. It's like, yeah, you may have as much as you need.
Right. Okay. Going to just kind of be like, well, can I come get this in a little bit? I just don't want to get blood and stuff all over everything.
Of course, not a problem. We'll leave it here in the kitchen. How's that? And I can put it in a cupboard, in a maybe.
Yeah. No, I won't be too long, but just
Well, I'm not rushing you for dinner. I want you to eat.
Yeah. I can grab it after dinner.
Awesome, wonderful. Thank you very much. You know, and if you need anything else, do you want the hooves? And she kind of holds up like a pair of hooves and is like making them dance a little bit.
Ooh, I will take. Yeah, I will take the hooves. I think I can come up with some fun things to do with those.
Okay. And then she kind of like puts them on top, and then she's trying to figure out how to get her hands around this massive hide. And she's like, I got it. And she just nods to you. She's like, uh-huh. And you realize that she does not have it. She's gonna like try and like knock it over.
I'll like go and try and help move it as well. So I'm about the same size.
So you guys like struggle. You guys get it onto the floor, and she's like pushing it to the side. She's like, uh-huh. So go be with your friends, honey.
You sure? All right.
I got this. Don't worry.
Is this the super old halfling woman?
Yeah.
You monster.
She's telling me to go.
Yes, but that's like an old woman saying, "Oh, it's fine, dearie. The cataracts are okay. I don't need help crossing this road."
The killer old lady voice, Michael.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Oh, thank you.
So yes, Miko's prepping, and you guys are at the tavern, and people are excited to see you enter back with such a lovely kill. Everyone's congratulating the party. A few people actually come up to Lord Foxglove and congratulate him on a successful hunt.
Oh, it was my companions who earned most of the accolades. The heroes of Sandpoint. A round for the house for the heroes of Sandpoint. Huzzah!
Yay!
We're equal now, remember? Slate clean.
Yes, the beginning of a long association, one hopes.
Well, we're
Of
good
course.
now. We can. We'll see where it goes. How about that?
I am open to anything.
Alright,
Malvolo at this point sort of elbows Rain a little bit and sort of gives her this look. It's almost like this silent look of, yes, 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 I know, but he did save our lives.
Right. You're welcome to stay with us for as long as you'd like.
It's like music to my ears to hear you say that, Lady Rain. But I am afraid I have pressing business in Magnamar, and I shall have to return there on the morn. Yes, this is my final day in Sandpoint.
Too bad.
I know the tragedy cuts me deep.
We were becoming such great companions.
Oh, yes.
That's okay, though. Surely we'll see each other 30 years down the road.
I should hope that our paths will cross again. Oh, it has been wonderful. Thank you all for saving Montrose. Thank you for saving my life as well. And thank you. And at that, he looks like right at Lady Ranne, and he says, thank you for inspiring me to be a better man. I hope our paths, my friends, shall cross again. Know that you are favorites in the eyes of Lord Foxglove of Magnamar, and one only hopes that your life has been rekindled the same way mine has by our chance acquaintance. Fate indeed has been nudged on this day for all of us, and I know that I shall never be the same. A big change is in store for me upon my return to Magnamar. I can feel it in my bones!
Rain is going to have a deer in the headlights sort of look, like just kind of as soon as he said that to her, she's just gonna freeze, or I guess more of like a moose in headlights.
Moose.
Yeah.
Moose, just like
Have you
and
seen
just
Moose
become
in
a
Headlights? They
statue,
don't have
like,
that look.
unsure of what to do next, so she just does not move at all.
Before the feast, is there time to go to the beach at all?
No. You Malvolo would know that like at this point he needs
not to take him to the beach, but what I'd like to kind of do is Malvolo wants to make a parting gift for Aldern, kind of like with a little something with like everything from like a member of the group, like a scale from Krut, like one of the pinko berries from the cut. From the cart, some like weave together with thread, take it from the theater, and a coin from the rusty dragon, and then he kind of wants to make this almost like a tiny medallion, and present it to Aldern, sort of say, I know that this whole hero thing is all getting to people's heads, but we do owe you a great debt to have. It was technically your fault that we were out there with the board in the first place, but, we would have been definitely in a far worse state had you not been there. So, while, of course, you may call us the heroes of Sandpoint, I feel as though the hero of the hero, I guess, and he's going to hand you what is effectively this tiny little ramshackled medallion crafted.
With like a smushed berry on it.
With it's kind of like it's almost like a dried raisin sort of set.
Oh, Malvolo, I am so touched. And you waited for the berry to turn pink before you incorporated it to the design. How thoughtful! Oh, I shall treasure this as a token of our time together forever. You're not half as strange as you look, Malvolo. I have no idea what you look like, but you're not half as strange as that mask makes you seem like you might be.
Oh, thank you.
I mean that as a compliment.
I understand. It's fine. Stop talking.
Very well.
I hope that you can appreciate that you do not need all the finest things in life to have something to truly cherish. This may be made of junk, but to you, it'll always be priceless.
Indeed it shall. I shall keep it close to my heart at all times. Just as I shall keep my memory of my time with you all close to my heart as well. I am, as I said before, forever changed. And I cannot thank you enough. Farewell! Farewell, my friends, until we meet again. Enjoy the benefits of our hunt on this fine day. Kasaundra, thank you so much for the hospitality of the Rusty Dragon Inn. Next, thank you for inspiring me and reminding me of my love of theater. Krut, thank you simply for being Krut, for being the strongest and most impressive physical specimen, scaled or otherwise. And thanks also to you, Collodi, you strange little mannequin. And Lady Rain.
Goodbye. Yes.
Thank you
I
as
put
well.
a mug up in front, like, cheers.
Farewell, my friends, until we meet again. Farewell. And he's going to depart and walk upstairs to his room.
Rain is going to, like, visibly just relax, like,
He left his dog here.
hero one more time.
And with that, the boar comes out, and the evening is enjoyed by all. Those of you who wish to partake in eating the boar may. It's delicious. It comes with actually a raspberry jam, and that is where we will leave today.